the town, and she has his movements as part of rebel intelligence. So it's kind of a two birds with one stone for her. You're kind of doing a job for them. So I would say your main sort of hooks, two hooks at the moment, are either go after the Inquisitor, obtain this item through violence, I imagine, because I don't imagine he's going to give up his stuff to you, and then try and save Webb, or infiltrate that temple to the Ursus Majeur again, and do it that way without tangling with the Inquisitor. That is one big cat.
Sorry, I'm recreating them from the actual sheets. That way they're tied to them. Do you say I have enlarged myself? I am a lion. I shall rip you all to shreds.
I suddenly feel very inadequate.
1 second.
So yeah, Listy, she offers to give you the movements of this Inquisitor in case you want to tangle with him. She suggests that perhaps fighting him in the town would be an immensely bad idea, because he would have backup, obviously, from guards and anyone else who happened to be around. An ambush might be in order. And she kind of like rolls the scroll out, and in a few hours, his coach, which is carrying him, will be nearing the town, but will still be kind of in the woods, and you could head it off there. She's like, it depends how you want to do this. If you decide to ambush him, that's all good, or just go straight and see if you can rescue your friend. But whichever path you take, I suggest you be serious about it. Both foes are dangerous in their own right.
I only have one real concern. I am slightly wounded after fighting so hard.
We can rest
So
for
I
a
would
while
need some
before we
time
go.
to rest.
Well, you've been in here for the evening, and you could go and see a healer, like for an hour, and get yourself healed in the town. You could attend, maybe not the church, because it's an evil church, but you could go to like a holistic healer type, and get some healing. That's not a problem.
Don't
So
forget,
that way you'll be fresh.
don't forget I do have medical kits, so I can heal myself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I'm just going to suck at it.
I don't know if you noticed at the end of last week, but I threw out 2 heals on you.
Yeah, and that didn't help.
Well, does 15 more help?
Take me up to max health, I think.
Nice.
There you go. Now we can
Dankeschön.
do we have until morning to be able to leave and still catch this Inquisitor if that's what we choose to do? Because that's all 5 of my daily spells.
If you, so what you could do is, because it's going to be a few hours, and that does mean morning, so if you left it as long as possible to where you could rest and get your spells back, you could ambush the Inquisitor about an hour and a half away from the town, and it would be early morning.
Well, Gorbin's a new to the group member, so whatever path they decide to go on, he's willing to lend an axe and some spells.
I think if we're going to ambush the Inquisitor, we should do it outside of town. We might be able to resolve some issues. Listy, do we know anyone who he is traveling with?
She kind of leans on the bar top, and she looks thoughtful and says, "Intel just said his usual honor guard. He's in a carriage, which if he was traveling solo, I imagine he would be on horseback. So there's chances are there's someone else in the carriage. I couldn't get any intel on who's with him, but he's definitely in a horse-drawn carriage. Probably got guards with him just in case. I'm honestly unsure."
Okay. Sorry, guys.
It's all right.
Can I ask, did we level up last week?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I haven't done my leveling up. My bad.
Yeah, I'm still working on my thief
Well,
skills too.
Do that, dude.
I'll do it now.
I think we're at 3,500 XP. Was that right? Or did we go to 5,000?
It's not bad. 25 hit points now.
Nice. So in terms of where this ambush could take place, it's like a cobbled road, about an hour and a half away from the town. There's no one scheduled to be walking on that town, and Listy says that with a little bit of influence, she'll make sure that no one is wandering down that road at the time. You could, if you left promptly after resting and kind of memorizing, doing whatever you people do in your downtime, playing cards, you could get there before the Inquisitor gets there and kind of like set up whatever it is that you want to try. Be it just if you're just going to run at him or whatever you guys want to do. But you could get there before he gets there, basically.
Listy, do you have a woodman's axe I could borrow?
Probably one out back, yeah.
Brad goes off and trundles off to find a woodman's axe.
You'll find it by her chopping, like out the back down the side. There's like a block, and there's some chopped wood that she burns to coal, and there's like a simple woodsman's axe there.
Yeah, I'll grab that. And return to the tavern. Say, I will bring it back, or if I die, I won't.
She kind of grins and looks at you.
Make sure there's no like telltale marks like this belongs to Listy written on it or anything like that.
No. If lost, please return to.
Yeah. Please return to the tavern. Yeah.
No, it's just a plain axe.
Well, I am ready to go when anyone else is ready to go.
I shall go with you. When we get to the ambush.
You didn't raise your hit points.
No, I have done so on the character sheet. I haven't done it on the token yet. Do not worry, my little friend.
Yeah, it's kind of hard getting used to the sheets not being linked to the tokens.
Well, I was doing my whole character sheet thing before I went to the token. That's all. Making all of my changes.
Well, Dungeon Master warned us to
right. So
let's
do a basic plan here, guys. Right, let's fuck off for 10 minutes.
Yeah, the DM warned us to get ready. So if there's any prep we can do, but it's hard for me to think of any prep to add to my character. I'm kind of like just as like about as broken leveled up as I can be.
I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
It's more about the plan for the ambush, guys. If we're going to ambush the Inquisitor, we need to work out how we're going to do it.
Right.
We can't just stand in the middle of the road going, stand and deliver your money or your wife. That's not going to work. So what I reckon we should do is we should chop down a tree in front of where the carriage is going to be, right, where it's going to pull up, right? And then we half chop down a tree on the other side of the carriage, so when it stops, we push the tree over so it blocks the carriage in. And then that way, it's never the carriage isn't going to go anywhere. And then we have the people with range weapons at the back shooting into the carriage and killing the horses and killing the drivers and all that sort of stuff. And then the tanky warrior types go up and sort of stand in front of the door to stop them all from barreling out at the same time, so we can fight them one at a time rather than 10 at a time. You know what I mean? So like if me and
so we're gonna create a funnel.
Corbin. No, it's more like if you ever heard of a box ambush. Basically, you drop one tree in front of the carriage where it's going, right? Stop it going forward, and as soon as it stops, you drop another tree behind the carriage to stop it from reversing out or turning around and leaving. So you're blocking it in between two trees, right? Then the two guys.
Yeah, gotcha. Because it doesn't even have to be a whole wall. Like just a speed bump is enough to stop a wagon.
Exactly. It's not so much the wagon; it's the horses. They won't be able to jump it. So then we have the casters and the mage at the back, just like raining down magic onto the Inquisitor's carriage. And then me and Gorban, we go in from one on each side, and then we basically get up to the carriage as fast as we can to stop them from exiting in a mad rush. And then that allows us to pick them off one at a time on either side. So if one guy goes on my side with me, one guy goes on the other side with with Paul, the mage-wise. I think we've only got one mage now. We've got mage, we've got yellow. So I don't know what yellow is. Yellow good at range combat?
I have a short bow. I would think that I would be involved where you cut down the trees. I think I would try to like create a trap there and maybe man the trap.
Worth a try. But I'm thinking if we just
in between that, yeah, I'll use my short bow.
Well, if we just prepare it in a way that works in one way, so what we need to do is we need to get the trees ready to fall, right? So we chop the trees. Why is my token not updated? Did you take my old token, Lex?
I have no idea. Maybe. Let me have a look.
No, the token's not linked to the character sheet. Just drop your own token and it should work.
Just save to change it. It's fine. All right. So what we do is we get both trees ready to drop. Right, so they're literally just hanging on for dear life, and then I push one over.
It's not even
Gorbin pushes the other one over, right? And then we block the carriage in.
Sorry, go on with the plan, but who is the dude with the hat?
Wilhelm.
Never heard of him.
Neither are we. He's following the cat. Man in the hat follows the cat. Right, so Lex, my character is going to go over to this tree here, and which direction is the town?
The town is to the north. They will be heading from the south.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna start chopping this tree.
All right.
And I'm gonna chop. To the point where the tree's almost about to go, like almost about to creak over, right? And then, depending on the size of the carriage, I'm going to go down to here and do the same down here to another tree as quickly as possible, and then wait for it, and then I'm going to hide in the snow in my ambush white colors. And if Gorbin hides down by this tree, I hide up by this tree. Then as soon as the cart comes up past Gorbin's tree, he drops his tree, I drop my tree, and then the carriage is trapped between the trees.
Do you have wood cutting at all?
No.
So, yeah, you can attempt to cut the trees.
I'm gonna help him in cutting the trees and use like a trap setting, snare setting. Trap setting,
excellent.
Thief ability or snare setting in WP, whichever makes more sense.
Yeah, that's cool. You can totally do that.
I don't have the strength of cutting down the tree, but I would be able to say like, make a notch in it here and let me tie a rope onto it over here.
Yeah, that's perfect. You collaborate to create these traps, these tree traps.
Yeah, you two work on a tree that needs to be pushed down. Gorbin will just chop down the one that's going to be down.
But I'm thinking if we drop the first tree and the second tree one after the other, so it's not having a tree in the middle because they might see that from a distance and go, that's a trap. But if we drop one directly in front of the carriage as it rolls, yeah. So as soon as it gets to about where the second tree is, we drop the first tree. So if nothing else, the horse will run right into it, right?
Okay.
And then we drop the second tree behind them.
Okay, I like that plan, but can we modify it then? I mean, why stop the carriage? Why not just drop the tree on the carriage and take out whoever we can take out? Have
you ever tried hitting a moving target with a tree?
I mean, it's a horse pulling a carriage. It's not going to be that quick, and they're not going to dodge out of the way of it.
I'm no Ewok. Can't make that happen.
Exactly, I'm not an Ewok. I may look like a furry motherfucker, but I'm not. I see your point.
What's the second tree that you're going to use? I see you at the first tree, which I've marked. What's the second trap tree?
Assuming this is going to be wide enough for the carriage.
Yeah, it is. Just so I can change it to a token so I can move it.
I say that Wilhelm didn't go with you guys, just Samson.
Okay. Right, okay. So anyway, what we do is we drop the first, as soon as we see the carriage, as soon as the carriage comes past here, we drop that tree. We drop the first tree. Then as soon as the carriage stops, we drop the second tree. And if you want, we can drop the third tree on the carriage because there's a tree in between the two. We can do it both ways. It doesn't take long to get a tree ready.
I mean, I was just thinking, instead of stopping them, just drop the damn thing on them.
Yeah, but if we miss,
I do
That's my main
say,
concern.
Mr. Bearman, perhaps we just need a distraction.
Yes, but we've got a distraction. It's going to be a big freaking tree falling on them.
It seems like overkill, I think.
Yes. When you're a big cat, you can come tell me about overkill.
And you want to kill them all. I do
Yes.
say, why must we kill them all if we just need inquisitors?
Because they're probably all pretty elves and they deserve to die. Present company accepted, coward on Thunder Road.
May we get to 80 kills today.
Apology accepted. Road Todd.
You're welcome, Sunrod coward. Right, so are we agreed on the plan, or is Paul going to be an arse and wants to crush nobles with trees? Just asking. Right, okay. that answers the question. No, I'm well aware of it. So are we all happy with the plan? Is anyone else got any other ideas before we commit?
Samson doesn't inject. He's like, cool, we're killing people. Sweet.
Wow, Samson's a fucking crazy little cat man.
Dude, he told you he killed 60 people.
Nobody
paid attention to that.
Get in line, I have killed over 100. Yeah, so anyone got any objections? Anyone got any other ideas?
Hey, if we're going to have an elf killing contest here, I've killed enough to gain 4,000 experience points.
I think that the bear man should draw the brunt end of them all away from the cage.
Well, the plan is, little cat man, is when the fight starts, I will run out and I will charge the carriage, and then Gorban will also run and charge the carriage, and then we start fighting, and then all you fancy range people with your magical bows and your magical spells and your wiggly fingers will kill everyone else that tries to kill us.
Yes. Perhaps we should wait. Wait for you to get their attention, and then when they're drawn to you, then we move in for the kill.
Do not worry, little man. They will know I'm coming because I'm pretty big and heavy, and I make a lot of noise when I run.
He goes to the other guy.
So I need Gorban over by the other tree, hiding behind the tree and getting ready to push it over once they get within range. I'm hiding behind this tree. I'm actually lying on the ground flat amongst the snow, buried in the snow up to my nose.
I'll be following Snow, hearing him. And I'll hide in shadows if he doesn't see me.
Nobody mentioned that.
Okay, yeah, the two professional dodgy guys, we do hate to use the term thief here, can both roll hide in shadows under the sort of shadow of the tree.
Yeah, I don't know if these are right. I have the right points, but the totals are a lot higher than I thought they'd be, so I don't know if they're exactly right, so you might want to look at the character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I missed a percentage, or it's calculating something that I'm not like. It seems way higher than it should be, but I don't know.
Lex, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Where did you get the picture of my ex-girlfriend for Discord?
Oh, you know.
You know who that reminds me of, Mandy?
Ew.
How do you know Mandy, son? Just asking.
Mandy was my first kiss.
Yeah, pictures or it didn't happen.
Yeah, I guarantee you, not this Mandy. She was, she didn't know what a shower was for 7 years.
Okay, so we've got
Well, this was
Sunroad
in like
over
third
there.
grade.
Sorry, I just moronically threw the sheet together real quick.
And we have, okay, I've got eyes on everybody. Cool. All right, so you guys, your two shady blokes attempt to hide to some and lesser degree of success and not unsuccess. The rest of you take up your positions.
Because we are ready for the ambush. Shh, everyone, shh.
Samson takes a drink of his absence.
And as you're waiting, pretty much on time, you begin to hear the clopping of hooves on the cobbles. It's fairly quiet. There's not a lot of wildlife in this particular area. The usual birds, but nothing much. It's a sunny day. The sun is cold, but at least it's bright, but there's no snow falling to sort of obscure the sound, so you can hear them coming up the road.
It is fine. Shh.
Hey, I'm trying to stay hidden. Don't look over here.
I do say, Mr. Snow, do you want some of my absinthe? He hands a large flask. It's like a backpack.
Who hands it?
Samson does.
What is
Paul,
Samson?
roll me a
I
perception
don't know
check.
Samson yet.
It's
Tell
a
me
cat
more.
guy.
What do I see?
You see this small cat-like figure with leather armor and a bunch of little dart-like daggers all over him. He has a top hat. He lowers his goggles over his eyes as he pulls a giant flask that is the size of his back, like a backpack, off his back, and he hands it to you. And it's a blue bottle. It's a blue bottle with what seems to be some sort of iced-like fairy on it. And he hands it to you, and he says, I do say, Mr. Snow, would you like some of my absinthe before we go into battle?
No, I'm quite fine with melting some snow upon my tongue. Only the pure white snow.
Push over the tree now. Push it over.
We should break bread.
Now, dwarf man.
Quiet, kitty. We're trying to execute
Shove
roguishness.
my tree over.
Okay.
Samson sets his little monocles to look in the distance, so he gets a better look at the group of them to see what this menacing little group looks like.
Definitely succeeded at pushing over that tree. Holy shit.
In fact, he threw it 3 miles away.
You hit the town.
We got back and Lizzie's killed by a tree. Oops. And at that point, as soon as the tree lands, I'm charging out, yelling various war chants in my own tongue.
Oh,
and is the cart still there?
Yeah, I swapped it to the background layer and it disappeared between like
Right,
down 100
okay.
layers. So it is there.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm
well,
going
you
to
lost
charge.
it, okay.
As I charge in, I'm going to get as close as I can to the cart and try and knock it over with my push, like like rolling thunder down the hill towards them from the tree,
I'm going to use a
and
tree
then
to
literally
cover.
hit it as hard as I can to try and knock it over. Or knock it over.
Okay,
Does
let
that
me
make
check the
sense?
weight.
I'm like 4.5 tons of bear. I'm not really that heavy.
It's like 700 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm going to run across the street using the tree as cover and make it over here if I can.
Yeah, you can all make one action because you've got surprise on them because I didn't notice you got them.
Surprise, cockfags!
I'm drawing my throwing daggers.
Medieval carriages. How fucking heavy is a medieval carriage? Let's have a look.
Heavy.
500 pounds? No, I don't know.
But it's also got. I'm not trying to knock the horses over, but they're going to add to the weight.
Yeah, you'll need to do a. What check would it be? It would just be like a
Strength check.
Or we could do a strength check, or you could do like a break down doors or something.
Ben bars.
Yeah, Ben bars
Or,
lift gates.
or if
yeah,
you want
open
it to be
doors.
really hard, Ben bars lift gates, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Ben
thinking
bars the
that.
harder one, right?
I mean, if you
Yeah.
think he's capable of doing it. I mean, if he's
It's possible
Most
if you
people don't
pass
even
it,
have-
but give it a go for the
Well,
Ben
it
bars. See what
depends,
happens.
it depends on how the road is laid out. If it's a flat road, or
It
if
is.
the road is slightly raised above the snow, or if snow is slightly raised up above the path.
Well, let me ask you
There's
this.
various ways it can be done.
Yeah, let me ask you this: is that road? Is it sitting taller than like it's on a mound and then the snow kind of falls off to the side? 'Cause if
No,
you-
it's actually slightly lower than the snow line. It looks as though it's been cleared. Otherwise, it
Which
would
is
be covered in
which is
snow.
fine. But the thing is, that's still going to act as a stop, so it helped me lever it over rather than just
Yeah,
pushing it away.
you still have to tip a cart with 2 horses attached and a load of elves sitting in it with their luggage. So
Why
give
the
it a
fuck are they
go.
bringing their luggage, man?
You got to give him some sort of chance.
Rolling a 1d100,
even if it's a 1% chance, got to give him something.
Roll the d100. Let's see what you get for your bone bars. Let's see what you get.
Trying to roll low. 67, not too great.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, elven craftsmanship.
So you barrel into it, you grab it, and you're like, you hulk out, trying to like throw this thing sideways. The weight of the horses manages to stop you from flipping it, but you do sort of rock it upwards at an angle, and two elves spill up because they were sitting on top of it onto the ground there, and then it rocks back onto its wheels, and you can hear cursing in some language that you don't quite understand coming from inside, and some sort of panicky shouts, and all the elves standing around it all kind of draw weapons.
It's my free action, guys. Done. Anyone else wants to go next?
Or an exposed bowman, if that one's inside the carriage.
I silently clapped for Road and his heroic trying to toss the.
Yeah, that archer's actually inside the carriage. No, he's sitting on the top, so he's wobbling around a bit, so he won't get his dex.
Lex would put archers on this fucking caravan.
Ooh, not quite enough. The arrow sort of slams into the top of the carriage, and it's a crossbow bolt, so that's pretty good. So it digs really deeply in there, but you don't manage to hit him.
I'll return fire with my short bow as soon as I see them shooting.
Mm-hmm. You see your dwarven companion has already put a crossbow bolt attempting to shoot one of them, so you could totally take a shot at one of them if you want.
Where is he? Ping him. Oh, okay, I see him. He's the only one with his name not showing. So I guess when I see that dwarf down there letting go of fire, I will also shoot. Are we shooting 2 arrows? We get a full round?
Yeah, if you don't move, that's fine. You just take your shots. So the ones you can hit are either the guys with the bows, so these 3 archer dudes, or one of the 4 that are standing around.
Well, I would definitely shoot one of the ones that's on the front row. Probably the front right one that's standing. I think that's a standing one right there.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that got spilled off the top.
Yeah.
And they kind of land on the top of the snow, so you can totally take shots.
If I can get like a strategic angle, like partial concealment through this tree.
Yep. Yeah, you can shoot through that.
Well, if 17 hits...
It does. And 13 hits too.
Oh, okay.
Is this like a stagecoach, Lex?
Yes.
I think 7 damage.
Okay,
Is that right,
cool.
Paul? Is D6 right for a short bow? I think there's 2 different kinds of arrows. I forget, but I think I have the kind that does D6.
Yeah, flight arrows are the long distance D6. Sheath arrows are the little bit shorter difference, heavier D8.
Yeah.
Thud.
Okay, both arrows hit the elf. The elf squeals as the 2 arrows, one hits him in the shoulder, one hits him kind of like partially down the side, gouging a bit of flesh out of him. He looks fairly wounded, to be fair. So, put the trees back in the map there. So
insatiable thirst.
Oh my god. That is such an evil spell.
What does that do? I mean, I can imagine from the name, but let's hear about it.
Yeah. This spell instills in the victim an uncontrollable desire to drink. The victim is allowed a saving throw to avoid the effect. If the roll is failed, the creature must consume any potable liquids it can find, including magical potions, which might result in strange effects if potions are mixed.
Mm-hmm.
Although poisons are not considered potable, a victim may not realize that a liquid is poisonous. The victim will not consume a liquid he knows to be poisonous. No matter how much the creature drinks, its magical thirst is not quenched until the spell ends. During this time, the creature can do nothing but drink or look for liquids to drink. Victims of this spell believe they are dying of thirst and, depending upon their nature, may be willing to kill for drinkable fluids.
So, which one specifically would you like to target? Do you want to pop them up if you can't see them?
I think he's talking about the Inquisitor.
That one? Okay, spell goes off.
Is that a chick? Chick. It's Lex. It's got to be a chick.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, Lex.
I think all of his guys are chicks, to be fair.
She's sexy, man. She's sexy. She's awesome.
Oh no, you haven't met the male ones.
No, I want that sickle, dude. That's mine. It's purple.
So you target it through, kind of like through the window. You feel your spell go off, so you imagine that she's now preoccupied. Let's see if I can get everyone in the initiative and no trees. Place your bets.
4 trees get attacked. Yes! Even the trees have risen up against the Inquisitor. Oh dear. Okay, cool.
Alright.
Lex, I'm disappointed. Where's the trees?
There was one tree, but I got rid of it quickly.
Nice. Samson's got to go now anyway, isn't he?
Is it my turn? Oh, is it my turn? Oh, did I miss the initiative? No,
You missed a free turn, I think. I think you missed a free
you still
turn.
got your free turn.
Yeah, I ran over there. So.
Oh,
Okay,
right, okay. Yeah, initiative is...
Is it me? Is it on me?
No, it's on the Inquisitor.
It doesn't matter. You take your free action.
I think he ran across the street. That's what his free action was.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
you bolted.
Yeah, I bolted to the other side.
Is
Okay,
the gal
cool.
with the sickle the Inquisitor?
No. Fuck no. That's like his lieutenant.
Oh, okay.
The Inquisitor is always, sipping wine and laying on furs inside the wagon, dude. It's no, dude, no. Come on.
Well, I can't tell. I'm not sure.
Damn, that chick is sexy, dude. Nice
Must
heart.
drink, give me wine.
So that's her go. This one is like... There's a massive bear in front of us, but also there's an archer. Let's roll it.
The battle is won.
I love utility spells. They're the best.
Mm. I must admit, I'm liking the way that Sunward's doing his spells. Like, his spells have been really useful. Unlike a certain mage who shall remain nameless.
So this guy comes bounding over towards you, Gorban, one of your disgusted, hated foes, and attempts to swing at you. And misses by the look of that. "10 feet, that will still work." This elf on top of the carriage takes aim at the bear. Hits an AC of 21 for 5 points.
Misses, I wish.
Somewhere in the distance you hear a webkey screaming.
What are you talking about? She is dancing and she is singing for that guy, dude. She's working that shit, dude. He's not keeping up his end of the bargain.
You don't know.
She is straight up dancing all over him. She's like, I'm dancing. I'm dancing.
Oh, it's the idea of a web key strip dancing, like lap dancing him.
Oh yeah, you have no idea what's happening to the ball.
I don't want to even think about it.
So this guy attempts to hit you with a sword, Rads. That's going to be a big miss. Now it's Rad's go.
Draw my spear and shield.
Yep.
And then impale the motherfucker in front of me.
Sounds like a plan.
But I miss.
Own that guy, right? Oh, dude, come on. Well,
It must be the proximity to the carriage. Maybe your spear kind of clipped it.
Well, I get the feeling that I was rushing, so as I was
Yeah.
putting the gear out, I've just wildly swung out at him and missed.
You felt a karmic scream from Webkey like miles away.
No. I'm not thinking about Webkey at the moment, because if I think about Webkey, I'll start to cry.
Don't worry, there's a real fighter here to show you how it's done.
Nice.
Oh, fuck you, man.
Show him, man.
It's kind of in the way. He wouldn't target that guy.
Plus the carriage is probably still in the way.
Yeah, he's going to put an arrow in the bear. Or try to.
Doesn't he have to get up first, because he got spilled off the top?
Yeah, he could just get up.
He can.
He gets one shot.
Yeah.
He misses anyway, so...
So maybe he normally gets 2 shots, but he has half his action on getting up and half it on 1 shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
The cat. He poises himself behind the tree. Does he have time to actually take a swig of his absinthe and throw a dagger?
For cool points, of course.
Because if he can do that, he will
take
a swig of his
what you could do, right? This is what you could do, future reference, right? Is get your dagger pommel filled with absinthe.
Nice. Yeah, because if I could take a drink of the absinthe and throw the dagger, I will do that.
That's awesome. I like that.
But can I also move? Can I also get a movement in?
Wow.
Well, it's just a swig, and then like a narrow his eyes, and then throw the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Then run.
Yeah, you can throw it. That's fine.
Okay, cool. He swigs. He throws a dagger. I'm gonna try to hit this guy right here, because fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. He's going down. Let's see.
Hey, you don't have to defend yourself at all about taking swigs of alcohol. No.
Nice. Okay. Cool, dude. I'm amongst friends here. Let's see.
I don't think it's alcohol.
It's actually vodka, and I'm in character. Okay.
It's absinthe. It's absinthe, man. Absinthe is really strong shit, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's actually.
Is it alcohol mixed with other stuff, or isn't it like something that's not alcoholic? It's
really pure alcohol that's banned in quite a few countries.
I know it's banned, but I didn't think it was alcohol. I thought it was like a different plant or something.
No, it's just pure alcohol.
It's actually wood. It's wood alcohol, so it's poisonous to the human body, but the side effects are hallucination and stuff like that.
Right. So what's the part in it that's not alcohol, like bacteria or
sugar and
it's wormwood and sugar. Dude.
Wormwood. Wormwood.
It's like 80% alcohol, dude.
What's the wormwood part, dude?
Real. Yeah, it's wood alcohol, so it makes you hallucinate.
Makes you blind, basically.
Yeah, it can make you go blind permanently.
Yeah, I drank absinthe one time and actually drank myself blind, and I was like, wow, it was fun. It's a lot of fun. Whereas, I had a 6 armor class. I miss. That sucks.
Yeah, you did. Unfortunately, your dwarf missed 2.
Okay, I'm gonna run over here. This is my movement.
This elf does not like having someone throw a knife at him.
I missed him. How does he know? It just hit the snow. What the hell?
And he is going to shoot this cat. But not like that. So, what must have happened, you figure, is that you missed, but your blade must have skimmed the material on the bow. So when the guy goes to pull it back, it snaps, and the arrow goes kind of like spinning off above his head, and he curses in Elven and throws the bow down.
I'm a good 40 feet away. I think he's gonna worry about that big bear in a second. So.
Yellows go.
Where's the one that's insatiable thirsted? Whatever happened to them?
That one's inside the carriage.
Oh, they're inside the carriage. I'm just gonna shoot my little short bow at some of the ones that are outside of the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make a macro for this so it's faster. I don't have one yet. A 20 with my first arrow and a 7, a miss with the second. And there's a D6er for the damage with the 21. I got 6 points of damage with a 20 to hit.
Who was that on?
I mean, I don't think that I could shoot it at the one behind Road, because that looks like it'd be too risky of shooting him in the back. So probably this one.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Wouldn't that make the most sense?
Definitely, yeah.
Plus, that's the one I shot last round.
Yeah, that makes sense. You use a very good shot. You get your arrow and it lands in the poor elf's neck, who was having a bad day with a broken bow anyway, and kind of rolls back into the snow.
Cool.
This dude is concerned by it's just too big of a giant scary bear target. Why would they attack anyone else? Goes over to Road.
Exactly.
Misses.
Tomskin.
This one.
The bear or the crazy singing dwarf? Which one's the more viable target?
He'd have to run around the
bear because I'm the closest.
Or he'd have to go down there. Let's see how clever he is.
He's an elf. He's dumb.
He comes down to engage the dwarf and screws it up.
Kill the spellcaster because these elves, dude, they suck.
Suns go.
Can I hear can I see the Inquisitor drinking wine?
They're kind of. It's only got little like carriage windows, and they've got drapes across them. So you could see it for the spell. You can see people moving around in the carriage. There's at least 2 people in there.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not really sure which is which or who's doing what. But you've got that feeling, that kind of satisfied feeling, like when a spell lands.
Okay. Am I able to target the wine that the Inquisitor is drinking?
No. You'd have to get. I think you might need line of sight for that.
Just
Okay.
run inside. Just run inside. Sorry, that was my fault. I didn't mean to do that.
I'm actually. I'm going to cast what's it called?
Magic missile.
Mm-hmm.
And at my current level, I should be able to shoot 2 missiles. I'm going to cast 1 missile at this guy and 1 missile at this guy.
Okay, cool.
One. There we go. Oh, didn't work. There we go. So this guy takes 2 damage unless he's immune or whatever, has resistance. This guy 4.
Nope, you observe your missiles slamming into the chests of these, well, the kind of the shoulder of one and the back of another, and they look like they're definite hits.
Okay.
Okay, the carriage doors kicked open, and an elf comes stalking out of it, and she's screaming about. She's like, "What the hell is going on? Why have I had spells cast upon me? I must drink more. Who's responsible for this?" So she exits the carriage and she looks at the bear and she's like, "You'll die for this, bear!" and attempts to strike him.
No, she can't do that.
Because
she has nothing on her mind other than drinking.
If it's still in effect, yes.
Yes.
It is. It is. It should be.
Is it
3 rounds
undispellable?
No, it's not. No, it's not undispellable.
Okay.
So
That'll be why.
I mean, oh, okay. Somebody
Yes.
cast magic.
Yes.
Gotcha.
She still has a drink in her hand, though. For good.
Yeah. She's got like an empty thing.
She's like, I'll kill this bear with the drink while I'm drinking.
Hey, she fit right in with the Captain Corbin.
Nice.
The
I actually
alcoholic
kind of like this
adventurers.
chick. I wish she was like on our side.
She doesn't manage to hit because she's too messed up. Still, it's kind of like after the after effects of the spell, I guess. And she consumed all the wine, so she's probably a bit pissed as well. This little elf here is going to try and hit the singing crazy dwarf guy. That's going to be a nope. This one...
He's going to go to the market, isn't he?
I think he wants to. I think he sees things aren't going so well. So, in fact, he's going to...
This little elf went to the market. This little elf stayed at home.
Retreat to this tree line here.
Oh no.
And stand there.
Not be getting away, little man.
This guy's just like hit the big scary bear guy with the really big spear. Oh no. He goes to hit you and you just reflexively parry it. One of the swords that he's carrying, your strength alone in the parry snaps it out of his hand and it flies off into the snow.
Ah ha 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 ha.
So I will use that icon saved disarmed. Right, let's go.
Since the Inquisitor is within range and since she's getting all shouty at me, I'm going to switch my targets from the guy that just banged his. I parried with the shield, and basically the shield knocked it off into the distance.
Yes.
I'm then going to sort of just ram my spear at Bitchfink.
Dear Lord. It's a natural 20.
But yes. I'm only +3 to hit.
Damage. Jesus.
14. Add a narrative action. So you've got your spear and your shield.
Right, what happens? Here's how it runs.
Wait. I'll give you an option. You can either have double damage, just for a straight critical hit, or you can have a narrative action and do something to her within reason.
I'm going to do the narrative damage because I think the narrative damage is really fun. What I'm going to do is, as that elf comes in to swing before they'll perform the attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What I've done is my bear's gone down, right, sort of like in a crouch, and then brought his shield up to defend the blow. And as he knocked the blow up, the elf's obviously gone back. And as he's gone back, he's seen his shot, and he's just thrust his spear between him and the elf, and he speared the Inquisitor through the shoulder, and the spear goes through her shoulder and pins her to the wagon. Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's great. So she kind of screams and is pinned to this wagon.
And my response is, no, not today, elf.
And you're so much stronger than she is. You will pin her to this, like, thunk.
Of course, it might make my spear unusable for the next round of combat, but I don't care.
This elf is not looking good. He's going to... He notices things are going bad. So he's going to retreat to here. And there's not really any good targets for him, to be fair. Oh, there's a cat.
I'm getting mobbed at the moment, so...
Right, let's shoot the cat.
What? He saw me? Come on. He missed.
He missed.
This is where you should be a white cat, then you can hide in the snow.
I know, right? Shit, I gotta be like a white bear.
And not
Okay,
have
so
a hat.
that guy sees me, but the other guy, he doesn't see me.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So I'm gonna roll my moves silently, which I passed, yay, by 4%.
Nice.
No, by 6%. So the cat gallops across the snow, making no noises, running around the tree. This giant tree of destiny here. And I'm gonna run over here, and I'm gonna leap and backstab this guy. This other elf that did not see me, the first elf that got to the tree.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. Throwing this out there. Where the hell's my thing at? Okay, there it is right there. Please pause for station identification. Here we go. We got this. We got this. No big bucks, no whammies. Ooh, what did I roll? I had it below. High.
You rolled 19.
Nice. Okay.
That's a hit. Roll your damage.
Sweet. Backstab. Double damage, bitches.
Double down.
So is he small, medium, or is he large? He's a
small, medium.
Because my dagger is like a sword to me, so.
Not having much luck, are we, man?
Okay. Yeah, okay. It's double.
All right, I'll take that off.
Take that in your spleen.
So you just killed a guy, did you?
No.
No.
I cut the back of his shirt open, maybe.
You like?
It's the classic image of the guy standing there and his pants fall down. You're like, sorry.
Dude, at some point, this thief is going to be awesome, but not at this point.
I feel like because you rolled a 1 on the damage, like you critically struck him, but you didn't like do any sort of lethal damage. So you pretty much like stabbed him in the balls or something. Like, yeah, it hurts a lot. But like, yeah, you just kind of like because he's like, ah.
I think I would be shitting myself if a small cat man attacked me with rapiers. Just saying.
We will name this the scrotal sack attack.
Oh, what in the hell is
the scrotal sack cat attack?
Yeah.
Oh man, I tried.
Damn. Oh my god, is that another 1?
That is another 1 damage on a nice hit roll. What the hell is going on with us?
I don't know. I'm doing quite well. I don't know about you guys.
What is these damage rolls? That guy's dead. He doesn't get a go. Oh no, yellow.
I'm typing out my macro right now to just. I'm going to do a half movement rate so I can get a better position and shoot a. Well, they've moved. I'm going to move across the path and see if. Okay, I move half my movement rate. There, just 15 feet for little short legs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can I see these guys at all?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
All right. Paul, what about 60 feet with a short bow? Is that got a penalty for range?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, they've still got a decent range.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. I'm working on my macro. So give me a second to finish this, and I'll roll it from that.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, I'm making the macro for shooting 2 arrows, but just count the first one in this case.
Okay.
Putting the damage on there.
In before 1 damage.
Stop cursing us, Lexafar.
The way shit's been going, I wouldn't doubt it.
It's like the critical strike rolls, and like the dwarf should be hacking these guys apart. That's the 1
damage roll. You're a motherfucker.
Wow.
I think the 21 hit for 4 damage. Oh wait, no, I didn't get the second shot off. Okay, so
I think
first
Lex
shot was a
is
miss.
GM hacking here. I call it GM hacking on Lex's side. He's GM hacking us.
Yeah, GM hacking. He just wants to all die.
I don't know. I like. Maybe you just don't hate these guys enough. Harness your hatred. Alright, so this guy is
okay,
like,
Lord Sith.
Sees you impale his mistress. He's pissed about it. He's going to attack the bear. And he misses.
By a margin.
This dude down here attacks the dwarf.
Ow!
So this guy, he goes to attack you, Gorban, and as he does so, you notice that he can run across the top of the snow, almost as though he has no weight, which gives him slight advantage. He kind of does a cartwheel, and he brings his sword round in a kind of an offhanded slash that does you 4 points of damage just across your side. It's almost like a mocking blow, not designed to kill, but just kind of to take the piss out of you, and he grins at you.
$50, $100, $150. Okay, so it's still in short range. So no penalty.
Satsuko.
I figured that would help you out, Gold.
Sun casts magic missile again on the two guys fighting the dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so slash R D
More than a 1.
1.
Oh, nice.
So 4 on this guy. Oh, they're both 4.
They're both starting to look a bit ragged. As your bolts of arcane energy, I always wonder what magic missiles look like, or if they look like anything.
They're usually
like force.
Personalized to wizard, maybe.
Yeah.
I always pictured them as like little blue spikes with like a trail following them.
Yeah, mine look like little blue comets of water and ice that shoot out of my hands, and they arc upwards into the sky, and they come down on the target and strike him right in the chest.
Nice.
Leaving long trails of ice and water behind him.
Zima is impaled upon the spear. She fails and is still impaled upon the spear. This guy attempts to hit the dwarf. Screws it up. This dude is being attacked by a cat and then just got hit in the nuts, so he's pissed off. He's going to try and strike the cat.
My bloody scrotum!
Die, cat!
Well, it is now. Well, it is now bloody.
Rodent.
Misses.
Nice. Sweet! Survive for another day!
This unarmed one. Unarmed dude. What is unarmed going to do? Unarmed guy is going to... Let's see what he does. He flees. Awesome. He's going to run directly away from the bear, and he's going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Which I can't take advantage of because my spear is currently rammed into the side of the fucking carriage. So
Don't worry about it.
You could swipe him, or bash him with your shield, or...
I'll try and hit him with my shield, I guess. I don't know what damage shield would do.
D4 for medium shield, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll just roll one of my normal macros, and we'll just work out the damage.
Yeah.
Probably miss anyway.
Yeah, he kind of like ducks under it in his fleeing. And he gets to about there, hopping over that. Angry Bear Man.
So I'm still dealing with pitch thing stuck to the side of the thing.
She's the spear, because you're so strong, you rammed the spear into the side of the carriage. She hasn't physically been able to remove it herself. She's stuck there.
Well, I'm going to let go of my spear, draw my axe, and hit her.
You can certainly do that.
Is that enough? And if it's enough, can I get a narrative? Because I've already got a way of doing this.
Is that enough?
Hell yeah, do a narrative. Narratives are awesome.
Yeah. You can. She can't dodge. She'll take extra damage. She'll die from this. If you want to slay her out, you can slay her out.
Yeah, I want to slay her out.
Do it with style.
What I'm going to do with style, right? So what it is I let go of my spear, and then using my shield, I jam the spear in deeper, right? So I clank against the shield as I draw my axe, and then as I swing my axe around, I actually use the spear shaft as like a guide, because I got her in the shoulder, and I'm going on above the spear shaft. So I run my axe down the spear shaft straight into her neck, and just like split her head straight off.
Get shafted.
I love the little blood spurts.
She dies. She dies well. You get that satisfied feeling of a foe utterly dominated and killed.
And I'm going to yell, "Someone get the coward who's running away!"
This one steps up to the cat and it's like, "Screw you, kitty.
Bring it."
Oh, for God's sake. They're not used to fighting a cat. They're like, this isn't in the combat manual.
To be fair, they're not used to fighting a bear either by the looks of things.
Okay. So if I run away right now, they get an extra attack? Is that what happens or no?
I think you can do a full round disengage.
You can. This is true.
Okay.
We don't do advanced tactics, but like the reason why Road got an attack of opportunity is that guy broke and ran, like he wasn't even defending himself.
So,
he ran screaming.
This is what I'm gonna do. And run into the carriage. And if I can get in the carriage, I'll go in the carriage. But I'll do it.
If you want to go into the carriage on that side, you'll have to leap through the window, which you can do if you can pass a dex check.
Sweet. I'm all over that. Dex check, suckers. Let's see. Okay, I need to beat 16, so let's see. They roll.
Why does Samson have Webkey's picture?
It's using the same sheet.
Shouldn't. No, it's a different sheet. I'm using Kiki's sheet.
Yeah. And Kiki's picture is still Webb's picture.
Is it? I changed it. Oh. What, incarnation? 18. I rolled an 18. I don't make it.
Oh no! So you bolt over the snow and you get very close to screwing it up, but at least you don't face plant the side of the carriage.
Alex, that would be hilarious. Mate.
That would be hilarious. I'll eat carriage. I fail.
If you want to eat carriage, you can eat carriage. So you do. As you sort of fly up and you do like this jump, you're like, I'm so good at this. You realise the trajectory is wrong. You're like, shit.
Oh.
And
what happened? This is what happens, right? He runs along the thing, jumps into the window, but doesn't realise that behind the curtain, the window's actually been shut.
Yeah, so you just can't slam into the window. You do when you kind of look in the window, you can see that there's a young elf in there. She looks like she's adolescent. And she appears to be frightened. She's very frightened indeed. She's crying. That's what you see just before you like slam against the window pane.
Okay, I imagine that the cat's cheek hits the window and his fur kind of just rubs up against the window as he slides down it slowly.
That whole squeaking sound as you roll down the window.
Oh.
Okay, so Gorbin's been hit by one of these elves.
Yeah.
There's another
He
one.
mocked you. He openly mocked you.
Oh, yeah.
I say, don't trust that one in the carriage. She must have dispelled the magic upon that Inquisitor.
So Gorbin's going to look at the one that hit him and mocked him and say, "You think that's good? Watch this." And he points at the one that's running and says, "Die." And that is his granted power from Clangeddon in the form of the spell Command.
Interesting.
Okay.
So the one that's running has now been commanded to die. So unless he's got some kind of resistance, he just basically falls on his face. For all appearances, dead.
Or runs into a tree, or does whatever he needs to do to kill himself, basically.
Does he actually die, or does he like act as though dead?
It's the command spell. He falls into a catatonic state that simulates death for one round.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then he's just going to look back at the one that mocked him and said, "Yeah, let's see you do that."
Yellow.
Can I say something, son?
Yeah, go ahead.
Son, there are going to be no survivors of this ambush. So, yeah, don't worry about that.
DM, I heard talk about one running away. Do I see that from where I am?
You just fell over.
Yeah, I fell over into the snow way down there.
That's way too far away for me to even see. What about these two people? Can I still see them?
Yeah, they're still standing there.
Okay, I'm you know what I do? Let me think for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and I spin around. I set my short bow down on the ice and I untie my snowshoes from off my backpack and I put my snowshoes on, and then I pick my bow back up and I start running across the snow, hoping to go get a hiding place next round somewhere over here so I can sneak up and backstab someone. So basically this round I'm just putting on my snowshoes so that I can travel faster across the snow.
Yeah, no problem. And none of them have really noticed you, so they will not see your movements.
Snowshoes on. And I do want to keep my eye on that one of them that was running like magically across the snow, because I want to find out how they was able to do that.
Well, as you just kind of look at these elves, you notice that they all appear to stand on top of the snow, as though they're light as air, which is odd.
I look at them curiously and like try to figure out what kind of North Face or like Patagonia, snowshoe gear, ski gear that they have on. I look and see what equipment they're using to be able to stand on top of the snow like that.
So when you kind of look at their feet, because you're observing your targets because you're not being harassed, you can see that some are wearing boots, mostly wearing kind of traveling boots. They're made of leather. They have kind of like fur tops. They are not snowshoes.
Normally that would sink.
Isn't that a snow elf trait though? Or is that a Fey trait? Like, I know one of the races can walk on snow.
I don't know. Depends if your character knows that or not.
Yeah.
I think Sunrod's doing exactly the same thing, wasn't he?
If you were to look at Sunrod, you'd probably know.
Well, I've seen Sunrod do it.
Yeah.
So
he's a dodgy mage user, though. He knows what they do.
He's a coward, it's true. But, you know.
So this elf is like bear man, scary, stabby. Oh, stabs you with one. Just nicks you. This elf is going to attack the dwarf. That's a nope. This young elf steps out of the carriage with her hands above her head, and she says to everyone, throw down your weapons, stop fighting, we don't have to do this. And that's her turn. The guards don't obey her.
Did she step on the side, on my side or the other side?
No, the other side.
Okay, cool.
Sounds good.
Lightning bolt the bitch. Go on, lightning bolt the bitch. Yes, we do.
Sun casts magic missile again on the two elves fighting the dwarf.
Man, what is one rolls today? Damage rolls is one.
That one second.
What happened to Sun? Did he step away or something? I meant hearing the voice of the elf.
I heard it.
I didn't hear it.
Oh.
I heard a very bassy and booming, strong voice.
That was going, kill them all, kill them all.
I cast a magic missile upon thee, elves.
There you go.
Your magic missiles impact into the chest and backs of both targets, blowing them backwards into the snow, defeating them.
Can I make an observation at this point?
You can always make an observation.
This so-called fighter cleric of Clan Geddon isn't doing very much, is he?
So this this elf is still pissed at the cat who stabbed him in the nuts. So I think he's going to take his 2 shots at this cat.
He's missing again, dude. Watch.
15?
Wait. Oh no, dude. What's this? I effective. I have -4 armor class. So I think he does hit me.
You take 2. It's not a solid hit. It's kind of like clips your hat.
Oh my god, that's like blasphemy.
That guy's asleep.
Ruin the damn hat.
Dead. Road.
Damn it, I was almost indestructible.
Road doesn't care what the girl says. He's gonna look at the one that just nicked him, and he's gonna grin, and he's going to say, "When you meet your ancestors, tell them that the Road of the Black Lake tribe sent you." And he's gonna hit him with the axe.
You hit him nicely. You kind of like slash your axe down him. He is very close to death. He staggers backwards. He's like bleeding everywhere. He's having a bad day.
No. He has to die. That's the death line. I hate that.
He prolong your death for my amusement.
Yes, I am not going to kill you quickly. Sorry.
This other elf is also going to shoot the cat because they were fighting him previously.
Miss, sucker.
Miss. That's not a miss. You take 5.
Oh. Ouch. Okay, so 5 and there was 2. Was it before?
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't count. It was
That
helping.
hurt. That hurt a little bit. A little hurt.
Yeah, you kind of get an arrow in your back, like. Oh.
I had only gone through the damn window. Okay, I run underneath the wagon.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sure I met with the first sight, which is this beautiful young elven woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see her from like under the wagon.
Kill her.
She's, like,
Backstab her. Backstab her.
Well, I will get to the other side of the wagon. I don't want to get hit by these guys, but when I get to her, I think, as I take a swig from my absinthe, Princess Webkey, we're here to save you. And I look up at her. We're here to save you, Princess Webkey. Come with us.
She looks at you like, what the fuck, a cat? And she just has her arms up. She says, I'll do whatever you say. I'll come with you. And starts walking wherever it is you want to go. Like, moves towards you.
I will hand her some of my absinthe, but I will like direct her like towards the tree, like this way, like to escape, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she goes with you. She doesn't resist.
All right, I'm gonna go over here if I still have movement.
Yeah, that was no movement at all.
Okay, then I'll go on the other side of the tree then. Just fuck the line of sight.
The line of sight.
Okay, cool. Because of this. Sweet, I've saved the Princess Webkey.
Corbin.
Sorry, I was chatting with the Twitch viewers there.
That's all right.
Oh shit, we have viewers? Nice.
Shoot! Quick, everyone roll some damage.
Quick!
What the fuck is up with these goddamn 1 damage rolls? Lex, stop fucking with the dice.
He's pretending to be dead. You can just fucking kill him if you hit him.
Solid always calls it the RNG, the random number generator. He says no, bad RNG.
This is happening way too much to be random. I object to random.
Well, to be fair, I'm going to be honest. If it had just been us doing the ones, I'd be very suspicious. But since it's all of us doing the ones, including the bad guys, I'm not so suspicious. But I will pick Lex out later.
You can split his skull in your trademark fashion.
Fair enough.
Do you do anything with this? Do you collect skulls?
I haven't thought that far into it yet.
I feel like maybe you should.
Hang them on the armor like the picture has.
Yeah. You could totally keep the skull. So
you do know how much hassle it is to get a skull, clean it, polish it, and put it on your armor, right? Because I want that shit role played if you're doing it.
Well, I mean, he's a dwarf. He's a brewer. I'm sure the alcohol would eventually eat through all the flesh, sterilize it all at once.
It's actually very easy. You just stick it in a pot of boiling water.
Yeah, I know.
Delicious.
Delicious. Skull stew for dinner.
Hey, we eat, and I get armor decorations. It's a win-win.
It's a win-win. Yeah. To be fair, I do remember a story of Bruno Battlehammer eating ogre brains because he thought it might be like, you know, like when you get a chicken that doesn't do any exercise, it's quite tender. Because the brain, obviously, the ogre doesn't use its brain, therefore it should be tasty, but it wasn't, apparently, according to him. So yeah, dwarves are not against eating other humanoids' brains.
I just use my snowshoes and go at my max movement rate to part way along my path.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Lex, I really do like that idea of collecting skulls. I might just have to.
I think it makes sense for your character. I like the idea of it.
But only of kills that you've actually made. So you can't take the skulls of other people, like a very Predator type thing.
To the dwarf, innit? Maybe he likes all the skulls.
You can't have my skulls because I like my skulls. I'm already going to plan. I've already got plans for the Inquisitor's head.
I think you already killed Inquisitor, to be honest.
I chopped their head off. So I'm going to take the skull. I'm going to take the head with me, and I plan on leaving it outside the Brunei embassy when I get back to town.
You know, I do have secret aspirations, though, of collecting enough coins to put the pattern of a bleeding axe onto a set of coin armor out of Combat and Tactics for him.
Haggard elf attempts to strike you desperately. Screws it up. That one's dead. The adolescent elf clings to the cat, and she just kind of stays at your side. Sun's go.
I'm going to shoot 2 more magic missiles at these elves over here. Top one first, and then the bottom one.
Okay.
Who is that talking? That is not our elf mage.
He keeps turning his voice changer off.
I know.
Take that! And that!
That's such a great voice changer. That thing is so good. I love it, dude. Oh my god.
I don't need a voice changer. I just talk like an idiot for 5 minutes.
The first one you hit, the northernmost one, this one, coincidentally, looks very near death, kind of like staggers against the tree, and half-heartedly takes a shot at, not the cat who's behind the tree, at Road, because Road's there in his big target.
So behind the carriage, remember?
Yeah, you're big. Misses anyway.
Misses anyway.
That guy's dead. Road.
Finish off the last one in a gory welter of bloody limbs. Yeah, that one there in front of me, next to me. Hello?
Oh shit. Sorry, dude, what did you say?
I'm saying I've just hit the guy with AC 22, 13
Oh.
points of...
Yeah, you miss him, you're a bitch. No, I'm kidding. You cut him in half.
I finish him off in a welter of bloody limbs. Voice is breaking up for me.
In a second.
I think he has real life distractions at the moment.
Yeah, he has wife aggro.
That's why I'm so glad mine's gone to work during my D&D sessions.
Yeah, like that. Can't you see I'm role-playing, love?
See, like today she leaves right as we start, and then yesterday's session she's sleeping so she can go to work.
Fucking 15 notifications.
Okay.
What?
I am back. Sorry about that.
You're welcome back, my friend.
You kill it. It's dead.
Surprising as that may be.
This one hasn't seen yellow snow. This one does see the dwarf split the skull of his comrade. The dwarf is closer. This one's going to take a couple of shots at the dwarf.
And I do have to point out, this entire time, he's been singing at the top of his lungs.
I noticed that, yeah. Do you have an NWP for singing? Because if you don't, your singing probably sucks.
Oh, no, he's just a typical dwarf singing songs of praise to Clangeddon as he buries attacks in people.
That's a 22 for 4. And a 16 for 6. First one definitely hits. Second one probably not.
Just barely. It's like right on the nose for his AC.
That's like 10 points of damage. Ouch.
They probably shot you while you were cleaving the skull.
And as the marrows hit him, he's just going to look up, pause in his singing, to laugh at him, point his axe, and start singing again.
Catman do.
What can the Catman do?
No, the Catman can do a lot. Let's see.
Hopefully in his litter box.
Did she take any of the absinthe that I gave her?
She kind of looks at you and she's like, you want me to drink this?
Yes, Princess Webkey. Princess of Elves, your Rohad husband has arrived to save you.
Yeah, she just nods at you, scared, and she takes a swig of it, and she's only a young elf, so she's going to have to roll con.
If she dies of alcohol poisoning, I will piss my pants with laughter.
No, dude, she's only going to get more fun.
She sways, she gets fucked up. She kind of sways slightly, and her eyes unfocus, and she's kind of like, you're a nice cat. You're so nice for saving me. I never wanted to be here. And she kind of throws her arms around you, and she's like, thank you so much. You're amazing.
Okay. I use my incredible 16 strength that a cat has, and I start pulling her over away from the battle.
Okay, she goes with you, drunkenly stumbling.
We have saved the princess. I am proud of this. Of course, this is not the princess, but he thinks it is.
Yeah, I know, but don't worry, I'm going to have to hang her later.
And he takes another swig of his absinthe, getting even more intoxicated.
She staggers along with you.
Thank you, Lex.
All right, singing dwarf.
La, 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 la.
I wanted the treasure that was inside the wagon, but she's more of a treasure to me.
Ew, dude. Seriously.
You know, I totally should have commanded him to die, too. But...
Oh, that's not enough. What are these rolls? You miss, sadly. However, yellow is sneaking around the tree.
And now has a distracted target.
Yeah. I'm going to try to move silently while I'm on my snowshoes, and I'm just going to snowshoe up behind the one that the dwarf is engaged with there, and I'm just going to drag my short sword across the back of his calves, across the back of his legs. So I will roll that as a... Oops, I need to check my stats real quick. I haven't made my macro yet for the short sword. Oh, I got good strength, so I got a +1 from that, so it's going to be +1 from that and +1 from my thief level, and then if I'm undetected, I think it's a rear attack is a +4 for a thief type. So I'm putting the +4 on there.
Oh.
Yeah?
No, I was like, ×4? Like,
no way,
dude.
Lex says nope. Okay, well maybe I'm detected. I'll just put the +1.
No, that was to the question for Gorban. You can the +4 is a thing.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's +2 for non-rogues and +4 for rogues. So the total 16 with a short sword.
Yep.
Yeah, I hit the guy. Okay. Short sword's just D6, isn't it? D6 or D6 +1? I'll go with D6.
D6, 8.
Yeah, D6 against a medium-sized guy. So 5 points of damage times 2. Because I'm a 3rd level thief, I've got double backstab damage. So 5 times 2, 10 points of damage. Slicing across each of his calves. Kind of 5 points on each leg.
You, as you bring it across his calves, he kind of slips a little bit. So your second strike across his other leg catches him across the artery in his leg, and he falls down sideways, bleeding out.
Awesome. Cut him down where he
Ouch.
stood.
Well, let's be fair. At least you've done something, rather than our cat who ran away.
I don't even know who that cat is. I was going to ask.
I rescued the princess. What are you talking about?
There is no princess.
Your webkey wife. I rescued her.
That's not my webkey.
She says, "Oh, you look really hurt. I want to help you." And she begins to cast a spell.
Useful. Unless she freaking magic missiles me.
Or unless she's a wild mage.
I know, right?
Everyone dies.
She looks to where the arrow is on your back, and she places her hand on your back, and you feel the arrow kind of slide out and drop to the floor, and you receive 5 HP healing.
Yes. See, I recognize good people. She's good people.
Sun's go.
Son looks at her and gets this squinty look in his eye. Kind of shakes his head a little bit. And starts walking over towards the carriage. And searches the body of the
We assume is the Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Okay, you go through her things. You find 100 gold pieces in a pouch. She has around her neck a holy icon to Auril, which is made of what appears to be silver, and it depicts the goddess in all her menace. She also has a kind of sickle-looking weapon, which the blade on it looks extremely cold and frozen-like. And about her person, she has a book, and the book looks as though it's some kind of holy book to Auril. She's got a few travel rations and a few trinkets, but those are the main things of interest that you find upon her.
Look here, I've found some treasure. I'll take this sickle.
And that's...
So this elf is having a bad day, and his friend dies, but it's going to have to fight because there's nowhere to go. So strikes the dwarf. Hiya! Oh, 22 for 3. Broad.
Puts away my axe and reaches out, takes the spear, and just rips it out of the wood.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer my spear as a weapon of choice. And I'm not going to bother engaging in the fight, but I am going to stalk over towards the young girl. And that's my action.
Okay. Sam.
I'm going to, as I see the big bear come up to me, I'm going to say, Mr. Bear, Gentleman Bear, this is Princess Webkey. We have saved her, and she has healed me, and she is now safe for your securing. The cat kind of sways a little bit and slurs. And looks at the bear.
I'm not responding because it's not my turn.
You can speak like a sentence.
No, it's fine. I'm quite happy to let the game go on, and I'll respond when it's my turn.
Okay. Singing dwarf, split some skulls. My, what a nice skull you have there.
About time you did something more than 1 point of damage.
Thank God for that. You hit him, yes.
Ooh,
21.
I like your
It's
down.
not so much the hitting that's been the problem. It's been the damage rolls.
That's right. You get him and you can split his skull. You have defeated them. You can all go into normal mode.
Okay, I look at Samson and say, what are you talking about? This is not WebKey.
Is she not the Owl Princess? She's
No.
beautiful, as you've explained over your ale.
No, WebKey is smaller, featherier, and weirder.
Well, we have rescued her nonetheless, and and
I hate
she's not foe, she is friend.
I hate to tell you this, but we cannot let her live.
Oh.
She looks at you and says, "There's no need to kill me. I'm defenseless." And she's just kind of got her hands up.
She can help us. She's not foe. She's friendly. She was kidnapped by them.
So was my people when your people slaughtered them like animals. Move one step closer.
I wasn't around here for that.
Ignorance is no excuse.
I do say, step back, good bear, sir.
She takes a step behind the cat. She looks scared.
Don't worry, he will not harm you. We are all friends here. Here, take some of my clandestine absinthe. Send forward. Offering the bear some absinthe in an act of kindness.
How tall is your cat?
The cat is pretty short. He is about he's about 2 feet tall. So he's like the double size of a big cat.
And how tall is the girl?
I don't know.
The girl's like 4'8".
She's double his height. He's trying to hide behind him. Is she crouched down? Is she standing?
Yes, she's cowering.
Hey, don't forget, he's got the hat on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's an extra foot there. Holding up the bottle of absinthe towards the bear.
You must move out of the way, Catman.
She could be of some use to us if she's not.
I will make it quick. She will not feel a thing.
She is an innocent bearman.
No elf is innocent.
You would not kill an innocent. He says, look at her. Would you kill an unarmed woman?
Yes.
He's like, how do I argue with that? he holds the absinthe up to him. Then drink to her death first.
No. We must do this with the conscience clear of alcohol.
Okay.
She openly begs for her life.
He starts looking for any of the other party members to see if they're near.
Little elf child.
I'm playing as that I'm, down there where I am near the dwarf, like we're away from there.
She looks up at you. She's got tears in her eyes. She's terrified.
Who are your parents, little elf child?
And she shakes her head. I don't know. I was just being taken to be trained.
Trained where?
To be a servant in the church.
I do not believe that is the case. I believe you already have some form of training since you managed to heal my little cat friend here.
She is gifted, no doubt, but not one of them, as she would have surely helped them during the combat and not healed me.
She might not have realized that you were an enemy. She might have thought you were rescuing her. We are not rescuing her.
The cat lets out a big burp.
Nice. Very, very delicate.
Yeah, drink some more. We should talk about how we could use her to our benefit. Perhaps.
Now that is a sick idea, using her for your benefit.
No, she's pretty, is she not? Perhaps we could trade her for your Princess Webkey to this filthy scoundrel you talked about the other night.
But what use would a man like him have for a young elf child? It is better she dies quick.
He looks at the elf. He says, "Can you dance? Can you sing?"
She nods. Yes, I mean we're taught that in school. Sure.
You see, if you had parents, we could ransom you off for a sizable sum of money. But since you do not, and we cannot ransom you back to the church, you have now seen all of our faces.
She says, you no disrespect, but you just look like a bear. I'm not entirely sure
Racism!
Who I am.
I do not care who you are. You are a brunette elf. That is more than enough reason to slaughter you where you stand. The only reason why I have not done so is because Samson.
Then what they say about your kind is true. You are just animals. You would just kill children. They were right. And she looks down at the snow and
Did I miss it?
I do not care what your people say about my people.
She can dance, though. And perhaps she can sing.
You are picking very weird reasons to keep her alive, little cat man. Do you wish to keep her as a pet?
He looks up at her. Would you be my honorable pet and wear my leash?
She looks at you and she's not really sure what's happening. She says, I would pick that over death, of course. I don't appear to have a choice.
No, you have a choice. I make it quick.
She's my pet, yes. She's my pet, my female elven vixen pet. Of course, yes. We will drink to my new pet. Yes, here. Bear man, here, drink some of my absinthe.
I tell you what, I will meet you both ways. We will take her to Listy and let Listy make a decision what she wants done with her.
The cat looks relieved, even though he's killed many people. He's like, this girl doesn't deserve to die.
But I must ask one thing and one thing only: that we take her into town, blindfolded and gagged.
Of course, for my pet, I would have her no other way.
Oh, weird as fuck, man. Thanks for that image.
You said it.
Bring her to the carriage so that we can prepare.
She'll go along with.
The drunken cat's gonna help bring her along.
I'm going to take the robe from the priestess, from the Inquisitor, or who I assume is the Inquisitor, and I'm going to cut several strips of her dress off. And I'm going to use it to bind her arms, blindfold her, and gag her.
Okay.
Is there any large chests in the carriage?
There's a travel chest.
Is that big enough to fit a 4-foot elf girl in it?
Yeah, you could. Right. If you empty everything out, there's like clothing in there, a few provisions, boots. So you can empty all that crap out.
Just pour it all off on the floor and stick her in the chest.
You can bung her in the chest. You put her in a travel chest.
Leave a little hole so she can breathe. I don't want her to suffocate what's in the chest. Right, well done. Well done, my friends. We have destroyed the evil Inquisitor. We have the Inquisitor's amulet, I believe. Is that right, Mr. Coward Elf?
I believe so, Rotard. It was the one around her neck.
Not much of a neck left, if I must say so myself. Okay, well, what I recommend we do is we pile the bodies onto the carriage and we set the carriage afire. Anyone disagree? Yay!
Probably makes sense.
Right, start stripping the bodies of anything of value.
Not with the princess chick in there.
No, she's in the chest. We're bringing her back with us because apparently Samson can't stomach the sight of instant blood, apparently, for some reason.
Did they know where Webkey even went?
I know where Webkey is.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take it back and let the resistance sort it out. I'm sure they have got no qualms about executing an elf when required, or at least finding a way to remove her from the area so we don't have to worry about her anymore.
You can totally do that. In terms of, I noticed that Gorbin's been harvesting in his own unique way. Are you going to leave the bodies strewn about the path?
No. What I said was we're going to get all the bodies, we're going to drag them into the carriage, and then set the carriage on fire.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going to strip all of their valuables, all of their weapons and equipment, because we can take it to the resistance anyway. They could use it, I'm sure. Like all of their weapons and stuff, take them away, put them into sacks, whatever backpacks we fit shit into. We're going to take everything we can and give it to the resistance, I think, would be the best option.
Okay.
And then we're going to toss the bodies into the carriage. I'm going to pour oil on the bodies and then set them on fire.
All right, you make a pyre.
I mean, before you do that, we could just not draw attention to the fact that we've ambushed and killed a bunch of elves from the Inquisition and just kind of leave the bodies here.
Well, to be fair, my plan is to cause even more confusion. So if we set the fire, we're far enough out of town that they shouldn't see the smoke. And then we release the horses so they can run off and do what they want to do, because they're horses. And then we just take whatever equipment we have and take them with us. Take it with us. And then we can drag the... I can carry the chest back. She's not that heavy, I imagine.
Okay.
Yeah, you could totally carry that.
Just sling her over my shoulder like a side of beef. In the chest, of course. And then we head back to Listy, and then we can tell Listy that the job is done. But the big question is, who are we going to give the amulet to? And the reason why I'm asking is I think we should give it to the most damaging character, like the mage or something, because then that way when he hits, he's going to hit full damage rather than half.
I'm not sure I even want to touch it. What does it do?
Well, we were told, I think it was by Listy, that the only way to really hurt the guy is by wearing...
What does it do?
We wear the amulet, and it allows you to damage the person, from what I remember. It was like 2 weeks ago when I spoke about the amulet, but, what are you expecting from me? A list?
You were the one that talking to her. If you could either just go back and ask her, or if you want to know beforehand, you could roll an intel check, and if you pass, I'll tell you.
No. Intel check.
Forget your name.
Yeah, I often forget my name. That's why I say it a lot. To try and keep my stuff in the memory. So that's it. I think we're done here, guys. We looted all the bodies. What did we get, Lex? You going to make us a list of what we got?
Yeah, put it in the chat.
Alrighty.
All I found was basically some odds and ends and like a little bit of loose change.
That's fine. Just put it all into the treasure list, and go from there, really. And then we'll go to Blacktown. Yes, that's fine. You can keep her circle. I don't want it. I like my spear. My spear is doing tons of damage. I love it.
Added to treasure list.
I take it they're the same people in the tavern when we arrive back?
It's still daytime, so the tavern isn't open in as much as it opens in the evening and goes all through the night. But the doors, when you push the doors, Listy will open and let you guys in, and then shut the doors again. And you come over with your chest.
Good afternoon, Listy.
She looks at you from over the bar. Successful, I assume.
Just we have a minor problem.
Just another day out in the snows.
It's an advantage, I say, good sir.
We have a minor problem. Do not listen to the cat, man. He is weird.
What kind of problem do you have?
I'm going to put the chest on the floor and open it up and reveal the elven child.
Oh.
This is she claims she was going to the temple to trade, but I believe that she lied. She already manifested some healing powers on our cat friend over there.
Listy kind of comes around the side of the bar,
I wanted to kill her in cold blood, but the rest were just too cowardly and refused to let me do it.
She kind of looks at you and raises an eyebrow. You'd kill a child in cold blood?
Yes.
To be fair, I don't trust her either.
It is not about her being an individual. It's about we have just killed everyone in that caravan, and she is the only witness.
I believe
I do not
aided.
wish to kill her. I just have to.
The girl remains silent, just kind of looking. Well, she's not looking around. She's blindfolded. So she just kind of stands there. Listy helps her to her feet, and she picks her fingers. And one of the serving maids comes round, and she says, "Take the girl into the back, to that room. Keep her there until I come fetch you." Okay. And the maid nods and leads the girl out round the back and into like the staff area.
We also brought you some spare weapons from the Inquisitor's men. They might find a use in the resistance if you are willing.
Yeah, you have a few short swords off them, a couple of bows, a few daggers,
a few arrows, stuff like that. Just
yeah. She takes them gratefully. She's like, "Oh, this will definitely help the resistance, certainly."
Just it saves a little bit of money on the old rearming. We managed to get the amulet now. Now, just to refresh my memory, because I am so great I forgot what you said about the amulet before.
Oh, yes. You see, Inquisitors have a natural, shall we say, resistance to magic. It's part of the gift that Auril gives to them as long as they wear their icon. Whosoever wears it would, I imagine, also be given that same resistance. So the chap you're after, he's a careful soul. Upon his throne, he has a field. Were you to penetrate it, you would do him no damage and probably hurt yourself. I imagine that should you clash the field while wearing the amulet, it should cancel it out.
I see.
That would explain. Then the girl is innocent.
I do not care if she is innocent. She is a Brunei elf, and they are all deceivers.
Not all.
Yes, all of them. Even the ones that I call friend, which is not very many. Only you, coward man. But since they stopped me from killing her as a witness, I give her to you, Listy, and the Resistance may do what they wish with her. She might be worthy of some information. She might be worthy of ransoming back to the group.
Oh, I'm sure we can take care of her. I wouldn't worry about her.
I'm going to give her a massive wink as if say, yeah, take care of her. I understand.
Listy uncharacteristically grins at you.
Yes. If you need me to do the taking care of, I will be available in 10 minutes.
She says, "No, too messy. Leave things to me."
Oh, you want to talk about messy. The Inquisitor was hilarious. I pinned her to her own carriage. It was so fun. I put my spear right through her shoulder into the cart, and then I did this really cool move where I used the spear to cut off her head. It was a very good move. You should have been there.
She gets that slightly glassy look that anyone who works in retail or service gets when, like, a customer's just chatting stuff you don't care about. But she has that polite smile that we all learn to get as well. And she waves to the staff. They bring everyone refreshments, drink, and food.
Oh, by the way, Lex, I brought the Inquisitor's head with me, and it's in a bag. I should have mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
I have a plan for it.
Creepy. Good.
No, what? I'll tell you what I'm going to do if you want to know.
So she kind of regards everyone. So I guess the next question is will you attempt to save Webb? Are you going to go straight in there?
We will go and find little Webb. She has probably danced and sang herself to exhaustion very soon. But I reckon we should leave tomorrow morning. It will take at least half a day to get there.
She looks over at Gorban. Yes, I believe I do. One moment. She sort of skips round the bar. She goes through the staff doors, which swing open, and she comes back round. She comes back with a brass bowl. It's quite large. She kind of has to use both arms to carry it, and she puts it down in front of you. This is the bowl that we use to boil the meat from bones. I imagine it will do the trick. And she hands that to you.
The oddest request she gets.
You just have to be amazed at how nonchalant she was.
She gets all messy about me killing a child. As soon as you start mentioning bald heads, she's like, "Oh, I'll go get you the pot."
Yeah, she makes no comment. She seems unsurprised by this and is unfazed.
Yeah. So then, my friends, we should rest here for the evening, and then we shall. I have a plan for this evening, but the rest of us tomorrow we can leave tomorrow early. Is there a curfew in town, Alex?
No.
Okay. So while everyone's chilling out, I'm going to take the head downstairs into my little cubby hole in the basement in the cellar where I sleep, and I'm going to remove the tongue. I'm going to remove the eyes. I'm going to carve the word deceiver on her forehead. Okay. In nice little block capitals. To be fair, I might run out of space to say deceive, but whatever happens.
You can use a rune to represent it. Yeah, that would fit.
I hate that when you're writing one word and it's too long to fit on the one line, and you have to write the other letters on the next.
So you have to, you write deceive on her nose. Oh dear.
Okay, so you have fun with the head. Also, Gorban has fun with heads. There's some weird head abuse going on at the moment.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with some good head abuse.
Oh, dude. Not in that way. Right, so my plan is to take the head and drop it somewhere it's going to be found in the morning as a warning to the rest of the Pranai elves.
Where will you put it?
I don't know yet, because I don't actually know what's in the town, so very hard to do so. I don't want to get caught, obviously.
So in the town, I do actually have a town map. You've got the usual places. You've got the tavern here itself, the town hall, the main church. You have the residence areas. You have a blacksmith.
What areas are going to be more patrolled by guards?
Probably the church, the bank, the outside of this tavern, the kind of tradey district areas. It's not a really big city or anything. It's just a town. The residential area with the homes will have no patrol of any kind. It's really just the kind of the markety places, the holy places, the government sort of area. I mean, if you want to put it in front of the church, you could do. But we do need to do some little rolls just to see if you get encountered or see if anyone notices you doing stuff.
That's my main problem. I don't want to get caught, so I'm being very wary about doing it.
Yeah, so you'd have to kind of decide what kind of area you want to put it
in. Is there a general square? It's not.
So in the center of town, there's a fountain, and it's like a depiction of Oral, and it has her pointing towards the sky, and from her fingers water comes out of it. It's made of stone. It's fairly simple. It's not a big deal or anything.
Yeah.
But that's kind of center-ish to the town, and the markets around it.
What I'm going to do is, when it gets dark, I'm going to put the head back in a sack, and I'm going to wander through town, just minding my own business. Like I'm sure the goddamn God's seen me before. Walking through town, carrying a sack. Then I'm going to get to the statue, and I'm going to see if anyone's in the area.
Where will you put how are you going to arrange the head?
I'm not. I'll tell you if anyone's in the area. I'm looking for people to see if anyone can spot me. I'm sniffing the air to see if anyone's around.
Sniff the air. There's people walking about, going about their business. The guards kind of do their patrols. It's a village. There's people kind of wandering around.
Well, I'm going to sit and eat something out of a bowl or whatever, or like a dried meat, and just watch the crowd and wait for the crowd to get really quiet. Just sit there minding my own business. I'm going to let the head, the sack with the head, inside the fountain. So if they do stop me and ask me questions, they should be hidden from them because it's in the fountain behind me. You see what I mean? And then once it's quiet, I'm going to stick the head on the spouty fingers.
Okay.
So that all the water will pour out of her mouth, rather than.
Okay, that's going to take some finagling. So, You can certainly do that, and you pick your time. I need you to roll me 5d20s. If you get a critical 0 or 20 on any of them, you're going to get caught by someone. Otherwise, you're fine.
Perfect.
No worries. You wait until very, very late. You kind of watch the way the guards are, and it's not a town where they get a lot of trouble, to be fair, so they don't care that much. And you set up this macabre decoration.
And then head home.
Okay.
Get a few hours sleep before dawn.
Do the rest of you want to do anything specific during the night other than rest, besides your head preparation there, Corbin?
Yellow Snow will just fiddle with some elvish thread and practice, trap making, things like that, with the elvish odds and ends that he grabbed. Offering to the party to divide them up, saying things like, here we have 130 feet of elvish thread. That would be 12 and a half feet per person. Road, would you like your 12 and a half feet of elvish thread?
What would I use elvish thread for?
Well, I'll keep your share then.
No, I'm asking what would I use it for? Is it just for decoration? Does it make you look pretty? Can you use it to swing from across the chasm?
You could tie a bow around your finger to remember that you're supposed to do something important. Like take your meds.
Yes, but then I would forget why I have tied it.
Well, if we find some more elvish thread, you could tie another color on another finger.
You make a valid point there, little yellow man. So I may consider it. You may have it for now.
Oh, thank you, Road. And I just go around the party.
But if I ever need to remind myself of something, I will borrow some.
Good. I try to keep lots of useful, or not necessarily useful, maybe useful someday. Tidbits of equipment.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
So I organize things like the needles and thread and make a show of offering the basically worthless pocket lint to the other members of the party.
Okay, cool.
As the proud results of my thieving.
Corbin prepares his skulls, making them into his ornaments. Other than that, you guys can rest, and you're in town, so you can heal as well and be at your max.
I think we should leave first thing in the morning. So
Skit looks over you, and he says, a sickle of ice, you say? Give us a look.
Yes, of course. Here you go.
As you sort of draw it out, he's he looks around and is like, God's sake, don't put things like that out in the open, boy. And he takes from out of his pocket, he takes this really large handkerchief and throws it over the top of it. That's an inquisitional weapon.
Yes, of course.
He's like, you wanted to trade it? Or kind of looks a bit flummoxed by the whole thing.
Perhaps, if you find it valuable.
It's valuable. I mean, it's a weapon of magical properties, of course, but it's an inquisitional weapon. I wouldn't carry it. If I was caught with that, they'd skin me alive and boil me, then resurrect me and do it again.
I
can tell you about it though.
Sure, yes.
When someone becomes a full inquisitor, they're given a favored weapon that they train with, and it's said that these weapons are of a magical quality, and they can strike creatures that might only be struck by such weapons. It's said that they have a kind of a chilling effect. He kind of describes how the weapon works. Mechanically speaking, it's a +1 magical weapon. It does 1d8 damage. If you score a critical hit on it, the creature has to take a save versus spells or is frozen and unable to move for d4 turns of combat.
Hmm.
He says they're obviously stylized to the Inquisitor. There's no two alike. Other Inquisitional members who knew the Inquisitor would know who owns it. I would suggest. I don't think I could even move this on the black market. Maybe a foreign market if you were to take it abroad, but not here. I doubt any trader would dare.
Is there any place I could hide it?
I suppose you could. You could take it to a black market trade and ask them to put it in a lockbox for you. There are illegal materials that people like to have stored. You could have it put there, I suppose.
No. I think we should dispose of it ourselves. Yes. I can't trust anyone in the black market.
No, chances are they'd sell you out. The Inquisition would pay them well to find someone who, well, obviously killed an Inquisitor. Inquisitor wouldn't give that up.
Of course. Yes, I shall have to dispose of it some other time. Thank you, Snit. You've been very helpful. I wish I had money to buy you a drink, but of course this last adventure was another big goose egg in the coin department.
That's the way it goes. Don't worry about that. I'm a well-off greenskin.
Ah.
Well, perhaps another time, Snit. Thank you.
Certainly. Always happy to share a drink.
And Sunward comes over and sort of gives the, come on, bring it in, huddle up. I've got a secret to tell to Road, Samson, and maybe Yellow Snow, and sits down at this table.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to go stand by the table because those seats aren't built for me.
Yeah.
What is so exciting, little man?
Well, Snit here says that these sickles are only carried by Inquisitors, and each one is able to be traced back to the actual Inquisitor that wields it.
Right.
So, I've no choice but to get rid of it. Otherwise, I might link us to the death of the Inquisitor.
I might have a cunning plan when it comes to the sickle. I was thinking about this last night while I was sitting by the fountain in the center of town.
Ah.
What we can do, if we can hide it, we can take it with us when we go and rescue Webkey. And then we could we could use it on the man who is there, who we need to kill to get Webkey back. And then when the Inquisition find out, we can go, well, look, he had it, so therefore he must have killed the Inquisitor.
Ah. Taunting evidence.
I'm not just the smartest bear on Notanda.
Right.
Well, we've noticed, we just don't care, Paul. Sorry.
Well, perhaps you'd like to carry it until that time?
I would never touch that thing if you paid me in gold.
Then I have no choice but to dispose of it myself.
Yeah, well, we find it when we find something to put it in first. Because we're going to find some way to carry it out of town, especially since there's going to be guards running all over the place in the morning. The head is discovered.
Well, if it were up to me, I'd destroy it right now.
Give it to Listy. She might
sure
be able to find a way to get rid of it. If you've got problems, give it to Listy, and you can give it to Listy, and she can dispose of it probably. She's probably got places where she could hide it until such times as she can dispose of it.
Right. I'll speak to her.
Okay then, little man.
Yeah. Oh, she comes over and looks at you over the bar top. Yes?
I've got something that I can't get rid of on the black market, and I shouldn't carry it around town. I want to destroy it to get rid of it as soon as possible.
Oh, what's that?
It's one of their sickles of ice.
She looks thoughtful. Sickles of ice. Can I have a look?
Yes, of course. I pull it out and put it on the countertop.
She's kind of like, goddess of cruelty, you people are trouble. And she reaches out to go and take it.
I let her.
Oh.
Ruh-roh.
She takes it, and she slipped it into her dress. That is a lot of trouble. No wonder. It's a good thing you didn't try and sell this on the black market. You'd have had the Inquisition down on you in an hour, the amount that they would pay for retrieving this. Well, that certainly proves you did the job. Not that I doubted you, but... I assume you don't want to keep this?
Of course not.
I'll dispose of this for you, she says.
Very well. Thank you.
Certainly.
Ironically, I'm starting to get the feeling that Listy might actually be a spy for the Inquisition, letting us get ourselves in enough of a noose to hang ourselves.
So the morning comes, and there's a bit of a clamour around the town. The emergency bell was rung at about 7 in the morning. The guard presence is up. People are banging on doors, asking questions. You see Listy at the tavern door. You can hear her having a conversation with two of the guards. She has that kind of petulant sound to her voice that she uses with the guards.
I'm gonna, if I hear her, I'm gonna stand behind her because obviously I'm the bouncer of the club, so of the tavern. So I'm just there to make sure nothing happens. Just standing, smiling at the guardsman.
She informs the guardsman she has no idea what they're talking about. She has travellers here, but they're all of low to no import. The guards kind of nod and they wander off, and there's like you can see they're doing searches from like banging on people's doors asking for information as to why an inquisitor's head has appeared on a fountain. And there's that kind of happening around town.
Oh no! Who could have put the inquisitor's head on the fountain?
Oh.
Gorbin's still sleeping in his room. You can hear snoring.
Sounds like trouble.
Y'all better just hope there's not a cleric smart enough to cast Speak with Dead on that damn thing.
Well, I removed the tongue and the eyes for a reason. And even if it is, I just look like a bear, so be it.
How many bears are there in town, I wonder?
Not many, but I'm sure I can point out one that left town just after that.
Nice.
Grand total is 1.
Yeah, but there was my cousin from the Black Lake tribe was hanging out yesterday, so he left not long after evening time. You know, not the Black Lake tribe. Sorry, from the Broken Leg tribe. That's a bit north of the Black Leg tribe. Very far into the deep. Yeah, the Broken Leg tribe. But you don't want to mess with the Broken Leg tribe.
Yeah, they'll hop after you.
No, they break your legs. They have this trick with boulders. They throw boulders at your legs till they break. As part of their torture routine.
So when you come down, Listy prepares breakfast for all of you. She says under no uncertain terms that maybe if you're going to go rescue Webb, she suggests you go now and leave town. There are questions being asked, difficult questions to answer. And she says, though I don't lack most of your abilities to lie, I lack some of your abilities to lie.
Listy, I have a request for some items before we leave, if that is okay.
She looks at you through narrow, kind of annoyed eyes. If it's a brain that you so desperately need, I'm fresh out, my friend.
No. I had some brains yesterday. It was fine. What I am talking about is I need several items from you, if possible. I need some liquid silver, some feathers, but I need a pot of gold to paint, and I need my chest back, please.
Yeah, I can give you your chest back, but I'm not a blacksmith. I would have liquid silver.
That liquid silver is easy to get. You just get silver and you melt it.
Yeah, again with that, I'm not a blacksmith. I suggest you wake up your snoring companion and be about your business.
Are you telling us to leave, are you, Listy?
Yes, Road.
After you suggested we kill the Inquisitor, after you gave us all of the information, if they take me down, I'm taking you down with me, Listy. I'm just laughing.
Yeah, she hops over the bar, and she stalks over towards you. And roll a charisma for me.
Oh dear.
Wow, she smashes.
Yeah, she does, because my fucking was so low.
She looks at you with her gold eyes, which appear to flash with a kind of an anger that only an annoyed woman can generate. And she says, "Get your friend and leave for now." And you get it's almost like an urge that you cannot fight. You absolutely must leave now.
Come on then, friends, we must take our snoring friend and leave. Listy has spoken.
Yes, of course.
She has no sense of humor, does Listy?
Good evening, Listy. Come on.
Go and knock on the dwarf's door. Like, really knock on the dwarf's door.
Yeah, you rattle on his door.
No, not rattle. I mean knock.
You're quite strong. The door rattles.
It's probably like the sound of ice shattering somewhere.
Come on, gents.
Get up, little dwarf man. We must leave. Listy is mad at us. Me, per se.
Did you lock your door, Paul?
No.
The door kind of opens a little bit as you're knocking, and you see the dwarf is out of it, snoring really hard.
Is there a bucket in there? Is there like a night soil? There's
like a wash basin.
There's no night soil bucket. All right then. All right. What I'll do is I'll get the pitcher of water that's got the wash basin, and I'll just pour it over his head.
Okay.
Wake him up. Try and wake him up. And if he doesn't wake up, I'll leave him behind. Got no problem with that.
Lex, I need you to decide if that wakes him up or not.
Okay.
If you need a reference, it's on my sheet underneath the stat rolls in the notes box.
Cool.
Oh, he's like specifically. He's so hard to wake up that he has a stat for it. The waking up stat. Wakey up stat.
So,
I gave Gorbin a little bit extra flavor in metagame terms. He has the disadvantage of being a deep sleeper.
Cool.
Yeah, so you do wake up, but you're very groggy and you're kind of it's almost like being permanently hungover. So you're kind of not focusing well, and there's like a bear there who's just pitched water over you, just like, ugh.
Come on, little dwarf man, we must leave. Listy is angry.
And for the viewers out there, there it is in the Roll20 chat, so you can see exactly what it is he has to deal with every morning.
Cool.
You could
I was just going to drag the bed out with me and take it with me.
Well, you could grab him and just like lift him up.
No, we've got to get under his own shield, man. We haven't got to leave.
Who looks at you through foggy eyes.
Come on, chop, little dwarf man. We have to leave.
Come along, gents. Come along.
I am trying. It's just the door. Ah, yes. No, your mother is probably still alive. I do not know your mother. We need to leave. Hurry up, little dwarf man. You have missed breakfast by about 50 minutes.
There are no trees in sight. I think he's grumbling. He's grumbling, trying to wake up.
Yeah, he's just being awkward. He's being an awkward dwarf. That tends to happen.
Does Samson get told to go by Listy with them?
You see that Listy told, because of what Road did with mounting a high-profile person's head on a fountain, she does say to the rest of you that probably you should leave town at least for a day, like to let the heat die down a little bit.
Okay. There we go.
All right, so you guys.
That is it, little dwarf man. Get your gear together. We need to leave.
So I assume you guys are going to head to the old temple where
Make that way, yeah.
Out.
Is there another town in range at all?
You could go to there is another town. You could detour to it, certainly.
Well, as a young rogue, I always enjoy meeting lots of new people and crowds. Ones that aren't necessarily our allies.
Are you talking about robbing the crowds again?
I'm just talking about looking around for odds and ends.
Mm-hmm.
Shareables, the share economy.
Yes, as the man who doesn't share. Yes, I am going to take everything and share it with myself.
You know, it's like
all right. So what's the plan? Are we going to go straight to rescue Webb, or are we going to go somewhere else?
I'm indifferent to it. I was, I have a secret reason inside for my character that I'm thinking about, so that I need to run across some ambiguous NPCs at some point. Like, I mean, I could have done it last night, but I didn't want to. I want to wait and find out what happens with the mounting of the head on the fountain and everything. So I thought it might be causing too much trouble at once if I did. So just patiently waiting for another night to execute my next plan, which, something that was suggested.
Cool.
You're going to go Mission Impossible, aren't you? You're going to go and steal shit.
Well, I have some things in my pocket that I don't want to forget about for too long in the game. I want to test it out.
Right. Okay.
Nice.
Well, let us go and leave and get ready to go and rescue Webkey, I guess.
Okay. You can travel to the temple, certainly. The day is again fine. There's no snow. It's fairly bright. It's cold, but it's not intolerable. So I'll roll to see if you encounter anything.
We're going now. We're going now, Mr. Iceman. We need to leave because Listy is angry at me for some reason.
Oh, nothing. You have an uneventful journey. You make your way there, and you take the road. You remember the way. You don't get lost. You're not attacked by any abominable snowmen or anything scary. And you make it again to the entrance to the temple.
What time is it?
The time it's getting to evening time. It's probably... kind of have a look at your sundial on your wrist, and then you realize it's a sundial. That's not how they work, damn. You kind of estimate it's probably about 6 p.m.-ish. Sundown's usually around 8 to 9 o'clock.
Okay, so what is the plan? What are we going to do when we get in there? I do not know, Iceman. Apparently she is upset because I joked and said that if I was going to get taken down, I would take her with me. I was joking, but women and their sense of humor is not very good. It might also have to do that I left the Inquisitor's head on the statue in town. Right, so what are we going to do? Who's going to wear the amulet? Anyone volunteer?
Samson stays quiet.
Yeah.
You suggest this goggles.
Okay, then. I guess it must be me then, since no one else is brave enough to wear it.
I do say, should we be having the bear man in charge?
I am not in charge.
Yes.
He seems to be in charge.
Yes.
I am not in charge. I am just a friend. I am just a friendly bear.
He
Well,
has the best
let's
grasp on what on where we're going. Andy does.
I don't remember. That was 2 weeks ago.
Perhaps we should cease with the shenanigans and move forward then. And save your
What is shenanigans?
Princess Webkey.
She is not a princess. She's just a very short woman.
I thought she was your wife.
No, she is not my wife.
It's never going away.
No, it's never not, is it?
You say a lot of things when you've been drinking. I say, Bearman.
I say a lot of things when I am not drinking too, but none of them have I ever said that I was married to Webkey. I already have 6 wives. I do not need any more.
Well, what do I know? I thought the elven girl was your Webkey.
Exactly. And why would I marry an elven girl? Blah.
Why would you marry 6 wives?
Because I have to. It's part of my culture. I cannot help it.
It's a lot of child support, I tell you.
No. The tribe supports my children.
He's one of them, Dad.
Oh, my side,
No,
tribe support.
no, it's a cultural thing. It's about spreading your genes, you frickin' morons.
It takes a village, right?
No, what it is in the culture, right? There was 12. There was 9 tribes. There is now 6 tribes. But each of the shamans of each of the tribes has to marry a woman or a bear woman from each of the other tribes, so that when he visits, he can then impregnate them, make them babies, and it's all about spreading different genes around the family. Around
Your
the tribes,
dwarf, obviously bored with this conversation, goes wandering off. As he goes wandering off, steps in this part here, he hears a loud click and has to do a dex check for me.
I don't think I can move, by the way.
Well, I feel like you don't have the grid on, maybe, so I can't move with the keyboard. Is that what you're experiencing?
I can grid.
It's okay, you don't have to grid it if it's work. Oh, good.
Okay. Is that below your dex?
Yep, by 1 point.
So as you stepped down, what looks like a trap, it's made from like a sapling. It's got 2 sort of spikes in it. Flies out of the wall, and you just kind of reflexively lean backwards, and it goes whoosh, and whooshes past you, and then kind of like goes, and then it's just completely done. It's like a one-off trap, so you're like, oh.
See, the funny part is, me as a player, I remember some sort of traps being in here, but Gorban hasn't been here.
Yeah. By the front door.
My PC should probably go back to checking for traps as we come around new corners.
You entered through the only entrance that there was initially.
That's going to be a long trek, though.
Anyway, unless there's other traps, his shout stands.
Mm-hmm. So, as you sort of round this corner, Gorban, and you enter this room, on the floor is a kind of a gooey substance that's up to, on you, your knees. So it's about that deep on a dwarf. So how deep would that be? That would be like...
No, he's only 4'2".
Yeah, so it's not too deep. It's like a slimy, slithery kind of substance. It smells kind of earthy and meaty, and it's a bit foul. And in the substance, there are indeed creatures that are lurking around and are moving. You see them as you poke your head around the door.
I do not recognize this place.
Doesn't notice you. And as you kind of stick your head around the corner a little bit, you kind of like have a look to see what you see. You can see they're about as long as a man, like quite a tall man. It's like a 6-foot man if he was lying down. They look like large slug-looking creatures. They have like gnashy little teeth on eye stalk thing. Sort of moving.
I don't know if it's just me, Lex, but you're breaking up through that conversation. I heard tiny little teeth under eyes thingies.
Yeah, I'll go again. You see basically what looks like a giant, well, not giant, like a man-sized slug creature. It's got gnashy little teeth. It's got those creepy eye stalk things, and it's moving through the slime and the goo in this tunnel. It hasn't noticed you guys yet.
Well, they look like they might have something on them that hurts, so he's going to mutter a little prayer to Clangeddon, and as he completes the prayer, his beard turns into a sheet of
I love that spell.
Turns into a sheet of what?
Refined silver.
Huh.
That is one of the spells of Clangeddon, indeed.
For the viewers, it's a specialty priest spell that Clangeddon's priests get. It's called Silverbeard. His shield, his beard is effectively a silver shield, which adds a bonus to his armor class.
Nice. See, all I get is 6 wives and a whole bunch of combat abilities. Sucked.
So for the next 12 rounds, his AC is improved by a whole 1. It's not really that great, but it's cool because, you know, his beard turns into silver.
I did notice that the blood streaks had a had an initiative there for a second.
Yes, indeed. So Yellow, you are quick off the mark. You're very quick off the mark. In terms of how wide the area is, Yellow, if you wanted to, you could move past the dwarf into that tunnel to do anything you want to do, or it's kind of up to you what you'd like to do.
You know what I love about that spell, Lex?
So from where I am... Oh, go on, Paul.
What was that, Gold?
Okay, so from where I am, Lex, I can't even see the slug, but Paul's relayed to me that it's there to the right, to the east.
You can fit around the door. So when he said, "Oh, look, there's like some horrible things," you could peek round for a free action and be like, "Oh, that's gross."
Well, probably what I'd do is I'll peek around, and once I see where the creature is located, I want to look sort of on the floor in the like I want to protect the party by checking for any traps between us and the slug. So I want to make sure that you know, that if we step out into the hallway, that something's not going to fall on us right, like a net fall on us right there. So I sort of peer out the hallway and look for mechanical traps once I see where the adversary is slithering.
Okay, you have a little look to see if there are any traps. You notice that there's no traps. However, your halfling eyes are quite keen, and you figure if someone was to be in combat on this like goo, if they screwed up, they definitely fall over and find it hard to get back up again. Looks risky.
All right. Then I just relay that to the party. I say, you know, I usually carry snowshoes, but you're going to want to get your goose skis out for this room because it looks goosky on the floor. Passing a warning to the party.
How far down the tunnel does it go?
As far as you can see.
Damn it, I can't run against the wall and hop off the wall.
It's not on the walls itself. The walls aren't touched by the goo. The goo's only like a few inches thick. It's enough to kind of be annoying and maybe make you slip if you screw up, but it's not like covering the walls or anything like that.
It's a deadly pudding, I know it. Okay, is there anything on the ceiling like like to hang from?
It's just the kind of the ancient brickwork. So with a climb check, you could probably make it. So, son,
cool idea. Roared of Sun.
Roared.
That's me.
Yep. I was just checking to see if I needed to reload my Discord to hear him.
What will you do?
I'm going to move up behind the dwarf here so that I can see the target and stop.
Okay. Creature, one of its eye stalks as it's waving kind of moves around and focuses on the shapes in the doorway. It slithers its way over. And then it's going to decide which one it wants to attack. It thinks probably the dwarf is looking tasty, and its tongue lashes out at you, dwarf. Does 23 hit your AC?
Oh yeah, it's only 16.
The tongue's kind of like slaps across you, and as it does, there's a hissing noise, and there's a kind of an arid stench comes off it, and you take 5 damage. Kitman.
Okay. I'm gonna try to climb on the roof.
Yeah.
On the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm not gonna dance on it, but I'm gonna climb on it. And let me get my percentage here.
Oh my god, I get the reference.
Sweet 80s. Let's see, I'm just looking at my percentage. Climb walls. Okay, don't fall. Big bucks, no whammies. I have a 75% chance. Oh no!
Oh no! So you kind of scamper up the wall like cats do and then they try and do that jump where they fuck it up, and you kind of like get to the top and you scrabble around a little bit and you drop down. But you're a cat, so you land on the
record
wall.
it and put it on YouTube.
Just so you know, I'm going into the corner there, is where I was heading for, and I go, oh, damn!
Starts getting likes from the video he just put on YouTube of the cat falling.
Were you climbing in this part?
I was going to climb in this corner.
Okay. When you you flip round to land, you land in this gooey stuff. Dex check for me. That's got to be fine. You would have slipped, but you're a cat. You're like, whoa, and you manage to just land. You don't fall backwards into the goo.
You know that but you're a cat statement. I don't know, man. He did manage to fail one and faceplant a carriage.
Yeah.
Yes, but we're not allowed to talk about that.
Nobody saw it. I was on the other side of the carriage, so it didn't happen.
Nice.
pick so it didn't happen.
Exactly.
Brad's go.
Right, have I got enough room to move between Yellow Snow and the Dwarf of Clangeddon?
You could pass from that away, sure.
Well, to be fair, I probably could. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk up to the edge of the slime, and I'm going to kneel down, like on one knee, go down one knee, put my hand on the slime, and I'm going to say, by the power of the ancient ancestors, I destroy this water. Destroy all the liquid in the room. All liquid-like substance.
Nice.
Cool.
About 27 cubic feet. So about it's quite a lot of space. So everything around just disappears. Like turns to dust or whatever it does.
Yeah, it makes a boiling and then a hissing, and then as it takes effect, it all just starts to evaporate and disappear. The slug writhes a little bit and looks like it was hurt by this.
It doesn't actually the damage doesn't affect the slug per se.
It does when I say it does.
Well, I'm saying the spell doesn't actually allow me to.
No, I
I'm
know.
saying the spell doesn't allow me to use it on creatures.
Yes, I know.
So if
I know.
you are unaware.
But
No,
you
no,
dehydrated
I
his
know.
environment, though.
Yeah, sucks to be slug man.
What is the blood trail?
The blood, as you have a look, it's staining along the floor. It kind of stains the flagstones.
You gotta throw some trail mix at these guys with salted beef and stuff. Throw your rations at him, quick.
That's a good spell.
Very shamanic. He's some kind of shaman.
Yeah. Oh man, look at that roll. Even with the 1 damage as well.
Shaman.
The hacks are intact.
So Lex, can I ask you a question? Is that why the API stopped working earlier? Because you were setting up your hacks?
Sun's go.
Yes, this trail of blood that goes underneath the slug. Is it all continuous?
It's just like, it looks as though it was where someone was dragged through like this passageway, and you've got high intelligence, you remember this. Last time you were here, it was actually a fresh trail where someone had been dragged, and one of those cannibal guys was consuming a corpse in the corner, so it's staining from that.
Oh, it's a stain that's not.
Yeah.
It's no longer wet.
No, it's stained the flagstones where it was. It's from the previous dalliance in this temple.
Lex has just been lazy and not removed the bloodstains. That's all.
They're there.
Is the slug covered in slime?
It is, yeah. It has a slimy exterior.
Right.
Oh crap! It's
I'm
Yellowstone.
going. Oh.
My bad.
Yeah, my action ID has changed. So there's one semi-disabled slug right in front of me.
Yeah, it's looking healthy, but it's not looking happy. Happiness.
I'll and most of the goo is gone from the ground, so I'm not super worried about the dex thing anymore, or climbing on the wall. Hard to know. I shall drag my short sword along the side of the slug and try to cut him open.
Cool.
Attack roll. Miss.
Oh.
Through the slippery, sluggy, gooey hide.
My carpet of slime.
The fuck, man.
Yeah, your blade kind of slips across the slime. You're like, ugh.
Anybody got any salt?
Oh, I say. Good strike, Yellowstone.
Mr. Sarcasm wakes up.
It's a great suggestion, Road. I've got some salt, actually, if I didn't think about using it this round, but I'll try it next round.
To be fair, I think you'd probably need a metric ton of salt to do damage to the slug, but...
Right. So, the slug's covered in slime, yeah?
Yes.
I shall metamorphose liquids, the slime, into salt water.
Oh, dear Jesus.
But there's no slime left. I've already destroyed it.
No, the actual...
right.
All right, cool. So that's going to be its entire border. Right, let's actually look this up because I need to work out damage for this.
You could give it acid damage, maybe.
It does take damage for salt. Here we go. Here's the story. Its whole body's going to be more than that. So. Roll me 3d8 for damage. You transmute it, and the slug, it thrashes around, and obviously it doesn't say anything, it's a slug, but if it did, it would be along the lines of, fuck. That's the one.
Fuck, man. I need that soundboard for my next Goblin game. Any Goblin game I play, I'm going to have that soundboard.
The slug lashes out because it's smoking and it's pissed off, and it's going to lash out at the guy who tried to stab it, or slash it rather. Yellow.
Solid actually did a really good Goblin voice.
Yeah, I kind of missed that Goblin. He was hilarious.
Dak! His name was Dak!
Yeah, Dak.
He reminded me of the little imp in Baldur's Gate when you're in that rocket plane.
AC 14, is that here? Mr. Gold?
Who are you asking?
You.
Who's the target? Me?
Yeah, yellow.
Oh, okay. AC is 17. I got hide armor and good dexterity.
You easily dodge its raspy, smoking, acidic tongue. Catman.
I withdraw. Without falling. I try to go against the wall like this.
Yeah, you can sort of make your way across the rule like, that's gross, that's gross, that's gross.
Last thing I want to do is get eaten by a snail. I'm small enough to be swallowed, so how about that?
Sound plan.
Sorry, guys.
Right.
Hey, I am going to... Where's all my hit points gone again? Yeah, I'm missing half my hit points again.
Yeah, just max them up again.
I'll max them up again in a sec. Well, I could probably reach over the Glangeddon Dwarf anyway because of my reach. So
yeah, there's enough room to maneuver.
I'm going to step up and I'm just going to jab my spear at it. I'm not going to have my shield out. I'm going to do it two-handed.
Mm-hmm. That's a definite hit. Jesus. So your spear tip punctures its meaty hide, and it thrashes around desperately, but it's looking very, very weak indeed. Gorban.
Yeah, take that. And in this time, it wasn't 1 damage. What?
Wow.
It was 2 damage, god damn it.
God damn it. You've doubled the damage. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, you slay it outward. You kind of go to split its skull, and your axe just kind of goes through and hits like kind of like mouth parts. It doesn't really have a skull, which is a bit disappointing.
All right. Having seen... No, I don't know a whole lot about that character. Let's see. So one of... Well, I guess Jason's just got the one character. Is it Jason? Is it Samson? Is that a magic user?
I will get that translator.
I saw some sort of transmutation occurring, right?
Yeah, from your Prune elf, Sunriord.
Oh, Sunroar did the transmutation. Okay. I saw the transmutation and I heard Road mention salt. So thinking of that, I start going through my supplies and find some of the salt that I have. And I throw a handful of it at the face of the nearest slug. Of the one that's not dead.
Okay, you throw the salt over it. It's impossible to miss. So it's an auto hit, and you can roll 1d6 for damage.
6.
Hey!
Salt in the face of the slug.
It thrashes around, and where the salt touches it, there's a steaming hissing from it. Suns go.
Right. I shall metamorphose liquids again and turn this one's body slime into salt water.
Okay, same damage roll, please. Jesus.
Fucking hell. That's a lot of damage.
There's a massive hissing noise, and it's kind of like rolls around on the floor, just like, and its eye stalks bold, and it thrashes around, and it looks very, very close to death. Catman.
Wait, what do I do here?
Run screaming into the hills because you're a coward little cat man.
I'll hell with it. I'm gonna run and jump off the wall and karate kick that thing. Now that he goaded me doing something. Let's see. Wait, we got he's back there. Salted pork. I'm gonna try. Damn, there's too many people in front of me to throw a dagger. I try to climb up on Road's back without him noticing. I'm gonna move silently. To get a better vantage point.
Fairly big squeeze. It'd be difficult for her to throw you off.
Ah,
That's a bad roll.
I can't climb up his back.
You kind of scrabble around on his back.
You see, what I didn't tell you guys, I put some anti-climbing devices on my back.
Anti-climb paint
shit.
On your back.
Anti-climb plate on my back, yeah.
But I move silently when I do it, so when I fall, nobody notices.
Yeah, nobody looks around.
No, I'm just embedded like dozens of little spikes on the back of my arm.
You're just like, nobody saw that.
Oh, fiddly sticks! And I fall again.
This slug. What does a slug know? A slug knows that it's almost dead and was on fire, more or less. Slugs had enough. Attempts to slither away.
I'm going to charge after it as hard as I can. It's more than enough movement speed, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
If I've got enough movement, just have it in the back.
The goo is gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Two-handed strike with my misses, probably.
Yep, you do indeed miss your two-handed strike. It kind of hits some of the bubbling, partial, wet, salty water and skids off its back.
God.
You two are partially transmuted targets, and your axe attack skids across its slithery hide. Can Yellow dispatch it?
Doubtful with these dynamics. I will scan the hallway near the party for traps and make sure that... See what else I can figure out down this way to make sure they're not getting drawn into one as the slug retreats.
Yeah, you glance around. There's no signs of traps or mechanical, anything that would trap people. It looks clear.
Well, I don't feel comfortable shooting my bow into that traffic situation. I know there's times when I can, but it just looks too crowded in the hallway to use my short bow on the slug. I could maybe run up under Road and throw salt from between his legs. Let me check the distance. Even that's not going to really work because my halfling feet's only supposed to carry me about this far if I'm still doing an attack. So I could position myself for the next round. Seeing no traps down the hallway, I slip past Road and along the side of the slug to look around the corner.
Okay, yeah, you have a peek. It looks dark, but there's no sign of slime, which is good.
What's that right there behind the slug?
It looks like it's rotted. It's like this skeleton. It looks like the bones have been chewed and gnawed at. It was a person once. You seem to remember you checked this person when they were recently feasted upon for items and they didn't have any.
Oh, okay. It's not Webkey. It's that other person we checked last time we were here.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that. Now I know where we are.
So, Sunrolled is going to... yeah. Well, I don't have that sickle anymore, so... can I roll a cold shot against the armor class of that slug to avoid hitting my friends in melee with it?
Yeah, so because we do simplified combat, pretty much if you fuck up the shot, like if you roll like a 1, then you'll hit your opponent. Otherwise, you can, as long as you have line of sight, it's fine. And it's a hallway, it's a big enough slug, you can take a shot.
Okay. Yeah. I think that might be my best bet. Right. So, my sling... hit. AC 8 would be 12 on the ascending scale.
Yeah, you hit.
And is it a large creature?
It's a medium creature.
Medium. Okay.
Hey.
5 damage.
Hit it in the squishy spot. That's the wrong icon. You slay the beast.
Yay!
About time you did something.
We've done it, gent.
The slugs are defeated.
Nice job.
Louisville Slugger.
I mean, somebody's got to roll max damage. A good shot.
Assault and battery.
Fair though. I've done quite well this week. I've done quite a lot of damage and I've not hit that button.
I like that assault joke. That's funny.
Let's go.
Assault. I try to dip my short sword into the tongue bile and see if it's something that will stick on there for my next hit.
Okay. You kind of run your sword along it, and there's a hissing, smoking. You can see you've got some of the corrosive liquid is on your blade. It doesn't melt your blade, but it does coat it. So your next attack will convey bonus damage.
All right.
You'll have to keep your weapon drawn, because if you try and put it away, you're going to have problems.
Okay. I hold the corrosive stinger off to the side as I walk down the hall.
Cool.
What's the symbol on? Oh, that's offensive buff.
Yeah.
Give me grid. I need the grid.
I can switch the grid on.
No, I don't need it if you don't like. If you prefer it off. I don't want to see it.
No, I don't mind.
In the background.
There you go.
So Paul's got 9 rounds of shield, so we got to keep up with how many rounds we walk for until his shield goes away. That's better for movement. Yes.
The walking's pretty much almost kind of real-timey because it's short distances, but I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah. Okay, there looks like some more goo up here once we go around this corner.
Yeah, as you go around the corner, you can run a trap check.
Not good enough.
Well, I guess we're in luck then, because Gorgon is a professional trap finder.
Oh, good. I didn't know that. I thought you were a fighter. I thought you were a fighter cleric, but you're a fighter cleric thief.
Oh no, he's a fighter cleric, but he's a professional trap finder. He will trip any traps in our path.
Gotcha.
And sure enough, there is indeed a click as he goes walking forward.
See? Told you he's a professional.
And from the side of the wall, you hear a whooshing noise as small bladed stars fly from the side of the wall. So, dex check, please.
Ah, that's awesome. Wish I would have detected that. I tried. I like how Lex's dungeons have traditional D&D traps.
I also think the owner of the dungeon has gone to Monsters R Us while we've been gone.
Oh, look at that. Let's roll some damage.
Oh, what a time for a 20.
You take 5 damage. And as you're kind of trying to dodge them, you slip and fall face first into the slime. As you splash down into this slime, another one of these beasts comes slithering around the corner as you're flailing around.
Oh, good. Fun.
And gets a free attack on you.
Oh, not fun.
That was an impressive fail.
I thought it.
Lash.
Don't worry.
And lashes you for, what depends on your AC, 19?
I think he's only 13.
No, he's only at a 17.
Okay, you take 1 damage as it kind of runs its acidic tongue up your back. It starts to kind of try and move itself over you to get its jaws to begin to consume you. Some.
Right. I'm going to cast metamorphose liquids to turn this its slimy environment into salt water.
Ooh. Awesome. You can do that.
I can do 3 cubic feet.
Okay, as it's underneath it, I will rule that it will take 2d8 damage, and will continue to take that while it remains inside this bad environment for it. So you can roll the damage if you like. Quality. Yella.
I will try to climb along the wall so as to avoid the goo. So it's a climb wall check.
Yep.
And that... Oh, I thought it was the other way around. Darn. Actually, that's still good for climb walls, which is not too hard for me.
Good.
So I'm kind of shimmying along the wall here. To get closer to the slug, but I can't do anything else on that round. I'll probably drop salt on it next round. That's my thought, but we'll see.
Okay, cool.
Fuck, at least one thief can actually climb walls.
The slug is going to try to finish its meal.
Well, to be fair, I really need to do my math again, or with the hide armor and stuff, and see how much that penalizes it. But I think that roll was... I think my percentage is around 65, so I think I was good. But considering the hide armor, yeah, it is a questionable call. The hide armor and the low level.
15, I don't think hits you. You've got like 17 or something. No, I didn't think so. Probably because its environment has turned to something that is unpleasant. It's not able to gather you up in its maw. Catman.
Yeah, I'm gonna try again to go up the bear's back.
Okay.
He seems like the best thing that I can kind of stand on, hopefully. And I'm going to climb up his back and I'm going to throw a dagger at the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to stay up on there, you know. I want to be able to just use him as momentum to kind of like jump up on and then leap back off of. So jump up there, throw the dagger, and then jump back. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, cool. Let me roll my rolls.
Roll your rolls.
Hey, I got up his back.
Yeah, skillfully.
I moved silently. The bear didn't hear me anyways. He probably felt me, though. And I'll make an attack.
Hey.
18.
Yep.
Nice. I'm probably hit on that, too. Let me see. Where's my...
That's some ninjutsu you're doing there.
And, oops, I didn't roll from there. And these things are small, medium, right?
Yeah.
There it is. There.
Oh.
Yeah. Samurai flying cat.
Yep, you puncture one of its eye stalks with your thrown blade.
I did something.
Oops.
Oops.
The bear man.
Road doesn't actually like being climbed on, but he'll let him off for once. Instead, he's going to raise one paw and just point it at the slug. And he's going to say, "By the power of my ancestors, I command you to stay." And then you just command on him to stay in one place.
Okay.
So he needs to make a saving throw versus spells. If he doesn't, he fails it and then does what the command is to do, I believe.
No, there's no save for command unless they're above 6 hit dice. Or
yeah,
that's fine then.
one of my favorite first level spells. But they have to understand the language that you're speaking.
Spoken in common.
You cast your spell. The slug takes another 2d8. Let's roll that. Ooh. It's looking bad. Damn. By Jove, I think you've slain it.
Yeah, too bad it's not elves. No more skulls.
Yeah, there's no skull to be had in these creatures.
That's not entirely true. It's cartilaginous, cartilaginous, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm. Which is not skull.
It's not a skull, but it is a skull-like object.
Skull's bone.
Man. You can take one of its eye stalks and then, like, dry it out and tie it onto your testicles. I don't know.
Whatever it is you dwarf people do.
Yeah. It is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And before we move on, I'm going to lean down and I'm going to use Destroy Water on the slime.
But the slime's all gone. It's salt water now.
Oh yeah, of course. My bad. Never mind. Yeah, okay. I forgot about that. Thanks, man. I don't try and get rid of the salt water because that's just kind of pointless.
Yeah. Looks clear. No traps ahead.
Come on then, little friends. Let us go and kill more of them.
Right. On with it, gents.
The halfling says, BRB, bio break, and takes a pee over here in the corner.
Okay.
Just exploring the dungeon, minding my own business.
Looks weirdly familiar.
It's been here before. It's a long trek to get where we want to get to, though. Kind of glad you've repopulated this place because it's kind of dull just walking around it.
So as you get up to there, you should see on the wall in red chalk there's an arrow's been scrawled there.
Right. What does the arrow mean? Anyone know? Does it mean don't go this way, or does it mean don't go the way we've just come? I do not understand.
Someone might have scrawled it there at some stage.
Yeah. I remember now, yes. I do know.
Stop.
Boom!
Okay, so I love when people range off without their thief.
Oh, I don't mind. He's going for a bio break. I'm not going to wait for him all night.
So as you step on this part of the hallway, the ground beneath you begins to give.
Oh.
So you're going to you'd need to leap, wouldn't you? Yeah, Dex would give you a leap. So you'll need to do a Dex check to see if you can leap as the ground is giving.
Yep.
Ooh.
Only just, though, I think.
You leap to the other side as the ground gives way, and you can see behind you is a pit. It's about 10 feet from the drop point down to the bottom, and at the bottom are stakes which have been placed there, which would have hurt a lot.
I needed 8 or less. Do not worry, my friends. I am fine. It is definitely an orc trap. That would not hold a bear.
It's about 8 foot across.
Maybe we should wait for the thief, because maybe he can reset it and deactivate it. Then we can all walk across without trying to jump it. What are they made of? What are the spikes made of?
The stakes, they're wooden.
Wooden stakes. And how deep is the pit?
It's about... How much did he say it was? 10 feet? About 10 foot?
Okay.
That was an accident. I didn't mean to go that far.
It's alright.
Yeah, you kind of peer down there, and it's they're not metal, they're wooden stakes that have been hastily kind of whittled and chopped at, so that should anyone fall down there, they'd have a pointy end.
It is fine. It is only a stake trap.
No way. You can't sidle across it, I'm afraid, sorry.
Oh,
It's pretty much across. You'd have to climb. You could climb the wall. A flat climb check, and you could scrabble along the side.
Shh, I'm not trying that.
Oh, you know it's bad when the thief says he's not trying it.
How deep is it?
10 feet. So if you wanted to go down, you'd need to do a climb check to go down without falling, and then a climb check to climb back out.
Right,
Or you could just do one and try and climb the sides.
Road is going to stand there and unroll some rope.
Or
So when they come out the other side, then I can just lift them up then, when they get to the other side.
Any of the spikes like right near the wall of the pit, or are they more towards the center?
They're arranged in an annoying way to where if you do scale the side and fall, you're probably going to hit them.
Well, no, you know what? He's just going to grab a hold of the edge, hang himself down, and drop. So it's less than 10 feet, so he doesn't take any fall damage.
Okay.
There's a rope on the other side, you know, I'm going to climb up.
I climbed down. I made it. Yay.
Cool.
I can climb down things.
So, in order to miss the spike, Mr. Dwarf, roll me a dex. If you dex it, you'll be able to land without landing on one.
See, I don't mind that. It's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah. You're a dwarf, you can take it. Hey! Yeah, you drop missing all the spikes so you can climb up, and Samson just makes his climb, so you could just go along the side, across the wall.
You know you got a couple of low numbers, though, when you're 3 of your stat checks are 50% or less.
We're going to wait for gold.
Do you want me to boost you over to it, Gold?
Yeah, catch me out.
He's going to search in the spiky pit for traps. Nice.
I think we found the trap.
Okay, so yeah, you have a look down there, and you see no one's fallen into it yet. To get down there, you could try and climb down there, or you could just climb across the wall and get straight across because you're a thief. Samson, you made your climb check, so you can literally just go across the wall.
Or could I suggest another option for you, Gold, is you try and reset the trap and then disable it.
The floor gave way. There's no floor.
So I can't do a remove trap.
No, you'd have to fill it in with earth and stuff.
And when I got a shovel. Oh shit, I didn't give Listy her axe back. Still got it. Oops.
Thief.
That's why she's mad.
No, she's mad. She's mad 'cause I threatened her. Even though I was joking.
Don't worry, dude. She's the Ice Queen in disguise.
So, current state of play is the dwarf made it across, Road sprung the trap and jumped. Samson, you made your climb check, you can just go straight across. And there's a rope on one side that Road's left there. So Yellow, if you make a climb check, you can just climb the wall. No problem with that falling. And Sun, you need to climb down. If you screw up the downward, then you have to roll a dex to see if you hit it. Wow, you ace it. You do like a weird handstand thing across the wall.
Would it be feasible if I were to just go on and hope that I run into them eventually?
You could walk down the other way if you want.
Okay.
Never eat yellow snow and never split the party.
Yeah, I had yellow snow earlier. It was called vanilla ice cream.
You sure it was vanilla?
Yep.
No.
Tasted like vanilla.
Not good enough for me. I think I'm gonna go back and, yep, I'm gonna climb down.
Okay.
I mean, I could stay behind and help the elf.
You could.
So is it climb checks or dex checks?
A climb check, and if you screw it up, then the dex check to see if you hit a spike on the way down.
Okay.
There's a rope at the other side where Yellow is, so and Yellow can improve your chances by helping you with the rope.
And the climb check is flat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think each race has there's a flat 60% chance with no armor or anything like that.
Yeah.
40 if you're not a thief.
And you've got Yellow and a rope, so I'll give you a plus 20.
Or you could just pull what the dwarf did and, kind of hang drop down the side.
Oh.
Wait.
That's...
Wait, that didn't work right.
Yeah, that didn't work right.
It added 20 to my D100 roll rather than adding it to my climb chance.
Yeah.
So that would make my D100 roll 24 and my climb chance 60.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. I'm surprised he still hasn't fixed that. I forget his name.
To be fair, Lex probably broke it when he installed his hacks earlier.
His name is Alex, and yes,
Alex.
we might have broken it ourselves, but maybe that's something he hasn't fixed. Not sure. Let me see what sheet we have in this game.
You make it across without jabbing any important parts of yourself, which is good.
Okay.
Right. Feels good to be across that. Yep. Well, so I'll be off then.
Indeed. The halfling and the elf catch up to the party.
Sweet. Yeah, Gorbin, you can see as you look down that passageway, there's more of this sticky, slimy substance across the floor.
Man, it would be nice to, if he could actually tell what color it is. That'd be awesome.
The color of the slime?
Yep.
It's green.
No, you shush your mouth. He doesn't know what color it is. It's gray.
Oh, yeah. It's slime.
Is he colorblind?
Yes, he is.
Oh, boy.
It's like the same color as like loads of other stuff that you don't know the color of.
It's just a different shade of gray, that's all.
More gray slime.
Probably a trap check on this hall. Well, not if our dwarf's already ran through it, but the next hall that he hasn't ran through yet, I'll scan ahead.
Okay. He kind of trumps through the slime. Ew. No traps go off, which is good. And as you round the corner,
oh no,
you notice there's another beast.
I'll call back to him. Call back to Road. Giant slug ahead.
Giant slug doesn't hear you.
Well, hell, if it don't hear us.
I don't know if they don't have ears or if he just happened to not hear us. I don't know.
Yeah, I rolled something that makes you want to cry, so it doesn't notice you at all. It's just kind of like, and it's like eye stalks are in the other direction, just waving as Corbin buries his axe in its back.
Yeah, that definitely works for me. I'm okay with that.
Boom.
It is just so creepy.
I love it. It's excellent.
That's the voice you need for the girl in that picture you posted in the chat.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, why isn't it let me do initiative? Here we go. You get your free attack on the slug, and yellow is quick off the mark again.
Yeah, I learned not to give these things a chance to lick me. They hurt.
Yeah, you've had some bad lickies.
It's not often you've had that statement said to you, is it, mate?
What will our halfling do?
If we weren't streaming, I would respond to that. But I have to keep it PG-ish.
Oh, really? Is it PG? Didn't know that. There goes all my plans about discussing sex later.
I'm pretty sure we kidnapped a kid and chopped someone's head off.
Exactly.
Like the PG rating just died.
Well, fine then. I'll have you know my wife approves very much of my licking. Thank you very much.
Hey!
Oh.
Shots
fired.
Can I just say something there, Paul, in return? You said the same about mine as well, to be fair.
Oh no.
Yeah, I went there.
Good thing we're not married to these slugs, huh?
Good job.
Mr. Halfling, what will they do?
Let me zoom in a little bit. I'm kind of zoomed out. So there's one slug right around the corner that I can see.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the dwarf right there, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to go over here next to the dwarf and throw some more of my salt bag at it. I'll do a 1d20 and make sure I can hit at least an AC 10. I think that's fair for like a touch style attack.
Yeah, go for it. Nice.
1 point of salt damage on a slug.
The slug kind of hisses and shakes. It's not a lot of damage, but it was clearly painful for the creature. Gorban.
Sorry, once again, chatting with the Twitch viewers.
Let me ask you a question.
Go freaking figure, max damage.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Samson.
See, the macros not working earlier was your code to gold. Hey, gold, go in and rig it.
Can I throw a dagger without hitting somebody else or getting disadvantage?
Yeah. If you throw the dagger and roll a 1, you'll hit one of your people. Otherwise, you could throw it.
I'm not gonna roll 1. Famous last words. I just thought I'd say that, get it out there.
Yellow Snow gets backstabbed. But
Oh.
Goes whizzing by someone's head. Kill the fellow beasties. Apparently, the slug made some noises.
That's just Hannah doing her evil laugh. Sorry.
What did you actually roll there? I can't see. The macro is just yellow for me.
Oh, I rolled
14.
14.
14. Was it 14?
So he would hit an AC of 15.
Yeah, he hit.
Okay, well there we go.
It's only a slug. You require a 10. Slug in it. Thunk.
Pardon me if I'm a bit sluggish.
I was just thinking, I'm slugging it.
Oh, no. Yep, your dagger thuds into its hide and kind of sticks there.
Thank you, Lex.
Right. The slug slowly wheels around at the person who threw salt at it. Its natural enemy and attempts to attack Yellow.
Yeah. Hide armor and good dex. But he still hits me. Alright. Does it damage any of my goods or just my hit points?
Just your hit points. It just kind of burns your skin.
I'm on 10 hit points.
You bear man.
I am going to gingerly walk down on the slime because I don't want to fall. And get to the bottom. And then I'm going to try and stab over the shoulders.
Yep.
Again, I'm going with a two-handed spear. Like that one.
Rolled a 1. Okay, you get a good hit. Stabbing it down, you roll a 1 for damage, but thankfully you have high strength, so you do it some harm. The slug is looking weak.
Right, so I shall move up and get within view of the slug and try to shoot it with my sling.
Yep.
Sorry, gents. I'm all out of metamorphosed liquids for now. AC 6 would be 14.
That's it. Can you do 4 damage?
2 damage.
Oh!
Are slugs large?
These are medium. Snow, you're up.
Gonna. So you said it attacked me, right, with its tongue?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and slice at the tongue with my short sword.
Nice.
Oops, I've missed it.
Not quite enough. It managed to kind of whip its tongue away from your bladed weapon. Splitty McSkull Splitter. That will do it. Kapow.
Yeah, you know, I figures he can stuff doesn't have skulls.
Kind of like glance around the room, and there's no more sort of movement in the slime. There's just this low level of gooey, sticky stuff.
Is that something alive?
There's what looks like a stain on the floor. It was some kind of reddish liquid that stains the flagstones. And there's a smell of rotting coming from the room.
That's from that first time that I cast Metamorphose Liquids, and I turned the monster's blood into acid.
Yeah, after our wild mage made him grow extra limbs.
Right, so what's the plan? Are we continuing on?
Of course.
Stop!
Oh no.
As you get to here, unsurprisingly, you hear a click.
Of a trap?
Oh! Your dwarf stumbles headlong into a trap and requires a dex check.
Is it the dwarf or is it the bear? Oh. Okay. Oh, I see where we are now. Okay.
I'm just following up.
Suddenly you turn the corner and 3 glaives from Krull come out of the wall.
Fucking blatant plagiarism right there, guys.
That's funny. Can he dodge? He needs to dodge before he moves on.
That's one of my top 10 movies of all time. Liam Neeson got his start in that movie, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Paul. You need to make a dodge check.
Okay, you're hit by 3 spinning bladed stars.
For some reason, I thought it was Road when he went into the room.
Oh, no. You take 3 damage as they thud into your side. Thud, thud, thud.
Perhaps it would be a better idea if we leave point position to someone a little bit more dexterous.
Are you stomping all the way down there, Corbin?
He is. He's getting frustrated.
Okay, back you go.
Oh, good lord.
Oh. Another dex check, please.
I should really make this an okay.
5 damage as more stars slam into your side. Why, there's not a trap in the world he cannot find.
This is true. I have a 100% success rate finding traps.
Yeah, that is better than the thief's percent, yeah.
Has anyone ever died to a trap before, I wonder?
Yeah.
Someone must have.
I have. Back in the day when I was playing with my friends, I managed to get my face blown off by a fireball trap. I was the mage.
Oh no.
And not only did I get killed, but it also travelled up the corridor and killed 3 other people in the party.
Ooh. I've fallen into a spear trap or 2, perhaps a crossbow trap.
There's another click. Dex check.
Lord.
You should know by now that he's going to have laced this place with traps.
I'm happy to go ahead of the dwarf and check for traps, and then if I fail it, you can roll through the area, but it's cool.
Damage.
I mean, I'm happy with you checking whenever you feel like rolling.
You can do a check, Gold, and see if there's any more where this crazy dwarf is running off to.
Coming up. Good check. Yeah, that's under my percent.
So, about... Let's actually measure it for measurement's sake. 15 feet ahead, there's a larger trap. And this one is mounted with a spear. And you notice it in the wall. You're like, huh.
Let's see. Can I climb, just sort of jump up over there and... Or have maybe the dwarf or the bear lift me up to where I can disable the spear with a remove traps check. And
yeah,
then, you know, if that fails, then maybe I'll take the damage, or maybe the dwarf will just go set it off.
I can lift you. I'm cool enough.
I was going to say the dwarf lifting you probably won't do much good. He's short.
Okay, so in this case, we collaborate for me to disable this trap before I come by it.
Yes.
So the dwarf won't have to trigger this one wantonly.
Oh, I completely lagged out there. $20. That should be good, shouldn't it? Okay, you rolled nicely. You're able to cut the little rope and the bit of spring to where the spear won't fly out of the wall should someone set the trap off, and you disable it.
Cool moves, a little halfling thiefage.
Yes, that last one would have been painful. And as you all walk down towards this room here, you see it's the large room that's full of spirits, the ones that Road summoned last time you were here. It's covered in that same slime that drips and moves as if by some kind of current. And there appears to be a couple of the sluggy creatures in there that are kind of following the spirits around with their eyes, as though trying to get them, but they can't. In the center of the room is a much larger looking creature. It looks a bit like this. And it looks like a slimy covered worm. It's a large creature. It's as big as Road and a little bit longer in the tail section.
So this is not one of those slugs. This is something new.
No.
Looks related.
This is something else.
Or totally not related.
Yeah. It looks wormy, more so than sort of sluggy. almost kind of caterpillic, if that's a word.
Oh my god, it's got 12 teeth!
And it's fairly huge, and it has a massive maw on it that looks like it could do you a lot of harm. And as it's 12 o'clock, that is where we'll leave it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Man, exciting. We got some good fighting in today because it started off as fights right at the start.
Guys.
Thanks for DMing.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that fight at the beginning.
Yeah.
100% trap finding. Awesome.
Right, good night, guys. I'm going to head off because I've got to get up early tomorrow.
Good playing, Bear Man.
Climb walls failing.
Yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. As always, it was fun gaming for you guys. And I will see you guys next week. I'm always on Discord, so chuck me a line if you need to.
All right, take care.
Right on.
Yeah, catch you guys next week.